C470, I think.
We are up.
Do we have a mic on?
It's just his phone.
You just turned it all the way down?
Hey, Doc, did you find a place to rent?
Not yet. I'm looking. Why?
Just curious.
It won't be a problem.
No? I heard it's really hard to get rentals.
Oh, there are lots of...
There's a shitload.
Yeah, there's...
Why?
Because they're building so many apartments these days. And nobody's moving out of their old place.
You have to pay rent.
Right.
Well, that's what I mean. So it's hard to find a place, I thought.
Well,
No, the nice places are everywhere, man. Or I should say nicer.
Wow. So you think it's actually going to be easy?
Yep.
Wow, that's good.
You need at the low rates you want. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations.
Oh my God, this thing is so...
What's the matter, Mark?
It's just a piece of shit compared. I swear to God. It's really amazing.
you know, back in the day when the stuff's slow, they always warned you from hyperclicking. You can hyperclick on this because you get so pissed off.
It's crazy, man. I mean, this thing is slower than a 486.
How about a 386?
No, it wouldn't run Windows then, but I mean, it's really that slow, man. It's really amazing. Like you move the mouse and it takes a while for the mouse to react.
Yep.
Well, what's going on with that, really?
It's a piece of shit.
Yeah, but
It shouldn't be running this software. No, they can't fix it. It should be running a way older version of Windows.
What's new, bro?
Fighting a good fight. We're growing. We were at the Adams County Fair. And so this guy,
How was it?
It was good. There was a sheriff, guy running for sheriff. He's a Democrat trying to unseat a Democrat. And so their people were kind of crowding the booth. And they were intimidating the workers I had there during the week. So I went there Sunday, and they're talking to people right in front of my booth. And I'm like, hey, guys, you're in front of my booth. No one can see me. Right?
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Tom. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. Panacea Life Sciences. They even have CBD products for pets, and you will love them. All you do is go to this website, RealCBDThatWorks.com. Put Tom in the promo code, get 30% off. Welcome to the show. What's going on? Today we're going to talk some water issues. There's been a lot of talk about water, especially Denver water. But we should talk about other city water. I think it's safe to say right now, I don't think it's cool to drink water. And we'll talk about the hardness of water. We'll talk about filtering water, what it does, what it doesn't do, all of that coming up. Right now, let's talk to Trace about an estate issue. Is that what we're talking about? What's happening, Trace?
That's right, Tom. How are you doing?
Good, man. What kind of estate issue is this?
Well, me and my girlfriend, we've been together for 25 years, and we just knew we were common law married the whole time. We had joint bank account, insurance on the house, all that stuff, you know, and we just acted as a couple for like the last 25 years, and she had cancer the last 6 years. and she fought off stage 3 twice, and the third time it came back, and she passed away a couple weeks ago.
Ah, doggone it. How are you doing?
Oh, it's been rough. It's been really rough. I mean, I'm a musician, so I work weekends. She goes with me. I work from home during the week, so
Now,
during that 25 years, we spent 24/7 together. I didn't have to leave her to go to work. So,
I have an important question. I have an important question to ask. Did the two of you share a big estate? Did she have some money?
No, just a house.
How much is the house worth?
Oh, I don't know. With stuff going crazy now, 400,000 maybe.
And what was it? How was it titled?
It's in her name.
Only her name?
Yeah.
Okay. And you need a probate to get that in your name.
Yeah. What I need to do is, I just need to have the state recognize that we had a common law marriage.
Well, did
we
she?
knew we did. We
listen.
had a little ceremony.
Did she have a will?
Here's the fun part. 4 days before she died, the daughter, who's been in the house twice in 25 years, comes swooping in, writes up a new will when she, she's on hospice on morphine and, enough fentanyl to kill 3 Michael Jacksons. And her daughter comes in and has her sign a will.
And
so
what did what did the will say?
Don't know. They haven't shown it to me.
So do you think they're gonna try to take half the house from you? Or I mean not half it, all of it? We need to get our state attorney on. Hold on a second. This is a very special circumstance and you called the right place. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
I wonder how you fight a will. How do you fight a will like that?
We'll see. First and foremost,
how do we know her intent?
Well, we don't know what the will even says. We're going to assume the worst. Jackie, what's going on, Jackie?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I have dental problems. And
I'm not a dentist. I'm just kidding. So what's going on?
You don't know the half of it. I went in the first time to this. It's called Lowry Main Street Dental. And the first time I went there,
Lowry.
Lowry.
Oh, okay, got it.
And I went in the first time on 4/2018, and they did made up a plan for treatment.
Okay, that's what they do now. Treatment plans, yeah.
They everything went fine to begin with.
What was the treatment plan?
The treatment plan was I needed 2 fillings, but those were not paid by me. I worked for 25 years for Health One.
A treatment plan involves more than fillings. What else did you need?
So then I needed, I broke a tooth, and he needed to put a crown
on
it. What
else? 2 fillings, a crown, and what else? I'm trying to figure out the extent of the work.
I think and then a bridge.
Okay, so what's the problem?
Okay, so the problem is, you can see that was 3 years ago.
That's when you did this. Okay.
I'm still messing with them 3 years later.
Why? What's going on? Did you pay for the fillings, the crown, and the bridge?
I paid for everything.
And did you get them?
By 9/18, no. I still don't have the bridge.
Is that the only thing missing?
Yes.
Okay, what do they say about it?
Okay, they have, the dentist I first saw, he was going to do one, and then he disappeared. He just,
do they acknowledge you have money on credit there for the bridge, so if they don't do it, they give you the money back for it?
I went in, and there's a new dentist there, and we went over the paperwork, and actually, I managed to get her. I said, you overcharged me. They overcharged me for $600.
For what?
And for the dental work that they did.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because I got Carrington 500. It's a dental plan, and it gives you what it costs for the different things. And they just charged the regular. So it was clear. And I called them even.
How much did you pay up front?
I paid altogether almost $4,000.
You personally out of pocket?
Yes.
And was that...
that was clear back in 2018.
I understand, but this is what I want to know. When you paid that $4,000 up front, was that with the understanding that it was actually more than that and your dental plan paid the rest? Or was that payment in full and your dental plan reimburses you? How does that work?
The understanding was that what it doesn't reimburse you, they take it off. It's called Carrington 500.
Okay, but I don't know what you're saying. You pay $4,000 and then your plan sends money back to you?
No, the dentist takes off. Say that it's so much, then they take $300 off or something. That's just an example. So it's just a discount.
Okay,
Maybe
got it. So the $4,000 that you paid, if it went perfectly, that's your copay, so to speak.
No, that was the total amount.
Okay. You paid $4,000. Then what good is a dental plan? Please tell me. I'm still not understanding why you pay $4,000 and have a dental plan.
Yeah,
Please help me understand. You paid $4,000. So did the dental plan pay anything, or they just discount? In other words, without the dental plan, would it have been $5,000?
No, I paid $4,000. Then when I went in to the new dentist that is presently there, I went through and I said, look at this. They overcharged me, so $600
Okay,
was taken off.
It should have been $3,400 with your dental plan.
Yes.
Okay, so instead of $3,400, they charge you $4,000 plus you didn't get your bridge. I get it. What do they say they're going to do about it?
Okay, so the new doctor, Dr. Worthington.
When you say a new doctor, is this still Lowry Street Dental?
Yes.
Did this doctor buy it from him? I mean, this may not, that old company might be out of business.
I found out I think is going on.
What's going on?
Because on the card,
what's going on? Just
on
tell
the
me.
business card, it looks like they have 6 dentists listed, and I want you to know there's no damn way there's 6 dentists there.
Well, I don't care about that. What I want to know is this. The company you did business with, the company you paid $4,000 up front to, does that company still exist, or did the
Lowry Main Street Dental? Yes.
No, that's not what I'm asking. Many times, Lowry Main Street Dental is the name of a company, and a new dentist will come in and buy the name only and not all the liability. Do you know if they are taking responsibility for the old dentist?
The liability appears to me to be under, it's called Peak Dental Services Network, because it's transitioning. I looked it up, and if you're a dentist that wants to have someone else, you send in your practice assessment.
Jackie, all of this doesn't matter. I'm asking you a simple question. You signed up a treatment plan, or you got a treatment plan 3 years ago. You paid $4,000. Does that entity that you paid to still exist?
Yes.
And you did...
Lowry Main Street Dental is still there.
That's not what... Okay, but within Lowry Main Street Dental, there was a change of doctors. How do you know the new doctors took over the liability of the old doctors?
I think that she doesn't own it. This Peak Dental Services Network owns it. They're the ones that gave me the check.
Okay. What check did you get?
I got a check for $640.
So you got the overpayment. What about the bridge?
The bridge, I went in and she...
Where's the bridge? Just tell me. I don't need to know you went in.
I don't know where it is.
Okay, so they don't have it.
She did 2 times.
We're going to call them. Forget it. I mean, you paid for how much of the $4,000 or you got money back. How much of the $3,400? How much of it is the bridge?
The bridge, $897.
Okay, you need to get $897 back.
Yes.
Okay, did you ask for it?
No.
All right, hold on. You know what? That's all we need to know. You were screwed out of $817. So, Deputy Doc, you know what? They're going to say HIPAA, 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 HIPAA. Tell them to shove it up their ass. I want to know if basically, do they plan, just say, crediting this woman for the money for the bridge they never got? We already know. Okay, they don't have to tell us a thing.
A couple things, Tom. They've
Dan.
already fitted her for this bridge several times, too. So
okay, well, when are they going to get her the bridge? I want to know something from Jackie, because frankly, I'm getting a toothache from all this. Jackie, I'd like to know this, all right? Plain and simple. Do they promise to get you a bridge or not?
when I went in.
I don't care about going in. I want to know. There's a yes or a no. Do they plan? Do they promise a bridge?
I don't know. I'm very confused because when I went in for the last measurement, they took me in and they were going to clean my teeth. And I didn't even have an appointment for that.
We got to get through this crap. Hey,
So
Suze, you even have a HIPAA
I walked
form.
out.
Don't you have a HIPAA form if we need it? Okay. Hold on, Jackie. This gets complicated. But do you want... I think you should get your money back.
I want my money back. I don't want to deal with these
I
damn
don't blame
people
you
anymore.
a bit. This is Lowry Main Street Dental. What phone number do you have for those idiots? What phone number?
303-364-6659. And the lady, when I was in there, was Maria at the front desk, and it's a Dr. Worthington.
I don't know if they're the ones that did you wrong. All I know is you got money paid, and you didn't get anything in return. Hold on.
Doc, can you call her?
Yeah. Have Sue send me the HIPAA form.
Right now. So if your house
Deputy Doc's going to call.
And surprisingly, donating plasma at Vital Life Plasma Services can give you a break.
Talked to her this
Same
morning.
with
She
me.
was
If it doesn't have a break for
I
the kids,
got a toothache from
find all these on alone time. Give your bank account a break. You could earn up to
She
$900
tends to go
your first month.
down different rabbit holes. They all do.
Free Wi-Fi rates.
That's the whole thing. But sometimes it's fun.
BioLife. There's purpose in your plasma.
Right.
Visit
Sometimes it's fun.
BioLifePlasma.com to learn more.
The Art of Granite. I love talking about good companies, and the Art of Granite is one of them. I love the way they do business. First of all, when they do your project, they will tear out and haul away everything free. They do the bathroom free, the vanity, when you have the kitchen counters done. And they handle all solid surface and natural stone at wholesale to you. They charge for fabrication and installation, and they'll give you a price on the phone. 303-386-5919. You know, I really respect Fix-It 24/7. They told me there was going to be supply chains problems, and a lot of people poo-hooed that. These guys got prepared with HVAC systems. Don't be stuck, really. If you have an old system, it's possible you could have months of waiting if these supplies run out because of supply chain problems. Fix-It 24/7 has new systems right now, starting at $77 a month with their special financing. Just find out more, okay? 720-526-3939. FixMyHome.com. You also have some kind of prize winner.
Yeah, we did I want you to draw the winner of the Adams County Fair, if you don't mind. That's all nice. We're giving away a free RO.
What's Salisbury on for? Oh, the estate.
Wait, we're getting David Salisbury on for the estate question? I'm sorry. No. Not doing it. Not with everything that.
I'm surprised she would have got even hold of it.
I know what it's like to live with pain, and I know what it's like to get relief. At 67, I'm living my best life.
You know, you don't look 67.
You can too.
I'm going to be 68 next month. God damn it.
There's no way. I heard you guys.
Just trying to get on my good side. Mark doesn't look 68 either. Seriously, why do we have David and not why do we not have Blake?
This is Dave Kaplis. People often ask what the secret is to the many large jury verdicts and settlements that we've been fortunate to win. I tell them that
because Blake told me he's at the beach all week with his kids and wouldn't be available. I would never get somebody like that on without checking our client first.
And David's still on a referral list?
Oh yeah, yeah. He sounds good too.
Huh?
He sounds really good.
Is he in practice?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Last I heard, he was winding down his practice.
Oh,
Remember? Do you remember that?
Many people say he's hard to get hold of.
this view was worth the hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard. a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer? Not yet. Don't wait. It's more.
So we went to Vegas last week for the Water Quality Association, convention. And when we got there, you were free to do anything you wanted. And Friday at midnight was when they said you had to have a mask mandate.
Oh, they just did that?
Oh, yeah. So then everybody, you should have seen their people are just so, they're full of it. I mean, they're just,
I don't blame them. It's all bullshit.
It is. And so you got there, it was nice to walk around hotels, anywhere you wanted to. Friday at midnight, the room, they handed out masks and
it's got to kill the casino business. I don't know how they're going to survive it. Federal bailout, that's how.
I was just at Costco and Sam's. I bet you 90% of the people had masks on.
Well, it's crazy. I mean, I was surprised. And there were some folks that I'm not doing it.
Stores are starting to run out of stuff. We haven't seen the worst of this.
No.
Oh, really? What? I know some things like
Sam's was giving out masks and hand sanitizer.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
anything.
Toothpaste. I'm talking about dental floss. I'm talking about house cleaners, disinfectants. Look,
we were somewhere home. We were up at Granby and City Market, and there was an entire aisle wiped out. It might have been paper, like paper cups, paper plates, napkins.
This fucking country.
Dora wants to let illegals basically sign up for license, for plumbing license. And that's going to kill you want to talk about the master plumbers union. They're going to use this. It's going to drive prices down to nothing.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. We want to talk to an attorney on a referral list, David Salisbury, about this one state issue and ask what the hell to do about it. David, these people were living together for 25 years. They called themselves common law. I'm not sure they have anything in writing, but that's what they called themselves. Then his wife, his common law wife, gets cancer. A few days before she dies, literally, the daughter had her sign a will. The house they've been living in for how long, Trace?
25 years.
The house is only in her name. Do you know the essence of the will the daughter had her sign?
No, they did it while I stepped out for a minute.
So you have no idea what it says?
No, they haven't shown it to me. I have no idea.
Who paid for the house? Was it her house originally or what?
She had the house, and then we got together in 1998, and then we've just kind of split the bills ever since.
Well, if you were married in 98, or 2000, common law, you would be, I think, I'll let David talk. What else did you guys have?
Oh, not much. Just a small bank account, just enough to pay the bills.
And whose bank account was that?
She had a bank account, and then we also had a shared bank account.
Okay, the one she had, how much money in it?
The one she had, she kept a couple thousand a month.
I'm going to assume that her own bank account and her home, the kids are going to try to get. David, what's the story here? Does he have any rights?
Well, here's the story. In Colorado, we don't have if you've been living together for 7 years, for example, you're automatically married. We don't have that. We have facts and circumstances.
Right.
Let me give you some of them. You file joint tax returns. You own property together. Big one, which sounds like it will be the determining one, is do you hold yourself out to the community as being married? So if they've been telling people for years that they are common law married, then they're married, most likely. So here's the thing. If she died and doesn't leave him anything, and I think we're going to assume that she had her mother sign something that completely left him out of the will, he still has rights to her estate. And he needs to, he will need to petition the court and make a claim for his spousal rights, which should give him 50% because they've been married, common law or otherwise, for in excess of 10 years. But he's going to need to find out whether they are filing a probate. Now, legally, they are required to give him notice if a probate's being opened. And that will give him time to file a petition with the court. And if they don't give him that notice, all I can say is, you can, well, at least lawyers can check online to see whether something's been filed. And if he'd like to, he can certainly call me, and I'll take a look to see if anything's been filed, and then I can do it again, and, like in a week or something like that. I'll be glad to do that for him.
Trace?
Okay, yeah, Tom.
This is a lesson, though, to everyone, whether they're married or not. Whether they think they're common law married or not. As our real estate attorney recommends, if you guys have real estate together, you either have a side partnership agreement or you get on the deed, so you don't have to do this fighting. Right, David?
Yeah, that's correct. And Tom, the best way is just put it in joint names. So first one dies, the survivor owns the property, and that's the end of the story, or it should be.
Yeah. It's good to hear from you, David. Thank you very much.
It's great hearing from you too, Tom. I hope you're well.
Yes, David Salisbury on a referral list, referralist.com, 720-493-3911. Trace, I hope that helps you. 303-713-TALK.
KHOW Denver, 630. Conversation with the people at the Denver place. She's going to call, but see if they will authorize the refund.
Good that you did that, three-way. Then they can't cry HIPAA.
Exactly.
That's really good. Thank you. Here's one of Trump's tweets I got. I
love three-ways.
What did he say?
How he said, Trump is still the kingmaker. Oh, God. I signed up for his private, because he can't get on social media. So I signed up. What it's basically saying here is every candidate he's endorsed has won so far in some of these primaries.
Looking to save money this year? Look at Allstate. You can get the protection you need at the low rate you want. With Allstate, you can lower your rates, not your expectations. Visit Allstate.com or call it.
What do you think is going to happen?
I got some lies. Hold on. I'd like to tell you about a company I know. In fact, I've known him for the entire time. I've been in Colorado 40 years, and that's K&H Home Solutions. You can make your own appointment to have them at your home for their beautiful, wonderful soft light windows, Energy Star awarded 7 years straight. Also, Everlast siding, unbelievable. And Provia doors. K&H Home Solutions is the company you want on your side, this company you want in your home, because they do such a wonderful job. And really, all I have to say is this. For additional savings, you can take $300 off every 100 square feet of siding. That is unbelievable. Plus, listen to this, 50% off installation of Everlast siding and their custom windows and their designer doors. Take advantage of this. They are great people. Make your own appointment online at khwindows.com. All right, let's talk about mortgages. If you're looking to refi, if you're looking to buy, I have someone to check out. Affordable Interest Mortgage and Kurt Rogers. What a good person. We love doing business with Kurt. He'll give you straight information, especially on a new loan he has I call the liquid loan. That's actually a first deed of trust on your house, like a regular mortgage, but it's a line of credit. So it pays off what you owe, and it allows you to keep that extra equity on tap in case you need it. You can pay it up and down at will. In fact, every penny you keep in your bank account will count against the average daily balance to give you lower yield of interest and lower payments. 895-0500. Affordable interest mortgage online is aimortgage.net. Okay, when you are remodeling or when you are renovating, when you're doing any home improvements, floors are essential. And I want to turn you to simplyfloorsinc.com. That's INC. Why? Because Buddy and Karen Mitchell will help you make wise buying decisions. Plus, they have the best prices and the best installers, an all-around better experience. Isn't that simple? Simply Floors Inc. is where you make your appointment. Simplyfloorsinc.com.
You want me to look up what you find out about, or you can, what they say it costs.
They put me through to whoever could tell me it. No one was there.
So what do you think is going to happen if any information is released that Biden didn't win Arizona or didn't win?
Do you think I don't think the information will ever come out. Yeah. I don't think. I mean, because everyone's going to suppress it.
But it won't matter, huh?
No, it's not going to they'll just say you got to.
Why? Do you think there's enough evidence there?
I think so. I think with Pennsylvania and Georgia, especially when they had the video, right, of them taking suitcases of ballots. You know? And then Wisconsin canceled how many thousands of voter names? And Trump, why didn't you do this before the election?
You were right about that, Jackie.
Do you know it absolutely doesn't matter what you vote for in Colorado now for president?
Yeah, I know.
Because the electoral votes go not for what the people here vote for,
With the electoral,
but what the majority votes for, which means California and New York basically determines Colorado's.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's easy to work with. Savings being
There truly is no reason to vote. I hate saying that.
30% savings on workers' comp.
The only hope we have is flipping things back and changing.
One to another.
You know,
I know
I
you
mean,
work hard
it's
to build your business. Let us help you.
I think if the Republicans
Answer agent for
win in 2022, I think they're going to see some real nonsense.
That's
There was an article that, Tucker Carlson's a real journalist, and I haven't read it all, that they're saying that the FBI...
You don't pay a cent until you're content with excelroofing.com.
630 KL.
You mean inciting it?
Yeah, they're reporting.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Don't forget, Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, does free market valuations of your home. And they are complimentary with no obligation, and they are damn extensive. It's based on his market experience, not on Zillow, not on an appraisal, because most homes are selling for more than those. He'll tell you what he thinks it'll bring on the open market. It's free for the asking. You don't have to list your home. No obligation. That's Frank Duran, the realestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Now, we have a waterman here. I call Paul the waterman. We'll talk to in a minute. It's really important you know about water because water now is getting worse than ever. Not just lead, but now they're telling us there are other things in water. We got another letter saying you may have this in your water, and I'm thinking, what? We'll talk about the truth and the fiction behind water quality because Paul is not a fearmonger with waterpros.net. Now, Tim, what's on your mind? And we have plenty of time for calls at 303-713-TALK. Tim, what's going on?
And I had a X25.
Tim?
Yes.
What's happening, sir?
Well, Tom, the reason I'm calling is back on March 31st, I received a text from U.S. Bank stating that my account is now zero.
Yeah,
prior
that
to
is
moment, I had-
a scam, by the way.
Well, maybe that's why I'm calling you, because I can't get any help through the state.
No,
US
no,
Bank,
that's a
Film
scam.
Bank,
The one that they don't text you saying your account is now zero. That's a scam to get you to click on the link. Did you click on it?
No, I went immediately to U.S. Bank. I didn't use that link, and I went to U.S. Bank and called them right after I got that message. And I'm like, what's going on? And then they proceeded to tell me, well, the state of Colorado took the funds. And I'm like, how can they take the funds?
Wait a minute. Hold on. So you really did call U.S. Bank directly?
I did.
You went there?
Yeah, I didn't go to the bank. I called U.S. Bank through the services that the account was held on.
Wait a minute. What does that mean? Wait. How did you contact U.S. Bank?
Via phone.
Well, okay, where did you get the number?
It's on the back of the card for cardholder services from U.S. Bank.
Okay. Now, when you called them, they said that your account was sent to the state?
Yes, that they recovered the funds, and I was given no reason why or anything.
Hold on. How much money was sent to the state?
$4,682.73.
$4,682. Okay. Now, sent to the state. And did they say, hold on. Why did they say it was sent to the state?
They gave me no reason. They said that the state has the power
levy
to do that.
If they have a levy, they do. Did they have a levy?
They didn't prove anything of such.
I'm not talking. Okay. So the bank can't tell you why the money was taken.
No, they won't. That's as far as I've got with them. I did at least get a paper statement from the bank in the mail stating that the money was returned to the state of Colorado unemployment.
Okay. See, now, Tim, now it all makes sense. So you were getting unemployment.
Yes. But
okay, hold on.
Years back.
Just when was the period? That's what I was going to ask you. When did you get unemployment?
Actually, the last recipient of unemployment was back in 2017.
Wait, so you never got unemployment after 2017?
No.
Okay, what was the period? What was the period of time you got unemployment? From when to when?
I don't have exact dates, Tom, with me.
I don't need exact dates. From 2015 to 2017, from 2017 to 2017. That's all I need to know.
It was like 2017 to about the end of 2017, middle of 2017 to the end.
Got it. Now, during that time you were getting unemployment, were there any noises made or inquiries made as to whether you were eligible?
No. I was in full compliance to receive the money.
Okay. How much did you receive?
At the time, the total was 13. But I got a job.
13 what? Hold on. 13 what?
13,000.
Okay. Now, do you believe that obviously they're thinking that you did not deserve all of it?
That's what I kind of hinted to one of the servants.
Have you ever gotten a notice from the state ever about a problem with unemployment that you owe back?
None. Nothing.
See, this is what I find odd, Mark. He never had a notice saying, well, you need to call us or this or that, and all of a sudden the money disappears from his account. This is weird. How does that happen? Normally they write to you, they warn you, they do something.
Maybe he doesn't live in the same place.
Nope, I have the same place of residency since 2005.
Listen.
Well, you must have called up. They must have told you something. Are you saying you have no info?
Yeah. Did you call unemployment?
After I received notice that my account is now zero, that's when I started contacting unemployment. But I kept getting a hold of the virtual assistant, and then they'd set me up to get a call in 2 weeks. So they call me, and then I just get consoled, and we're not sure what's going on here. This is a strange one, and I just get the runaround, and I've done that 5 times.
Okay.
That's why I'm calling you, because
I believe you. Don't we have someone in unemployment? Don't we? We can find out. I mean, really, if they take $4,600, is that all you had in the account?
That was it. That was all I had left in the account.
Okay, but hold on. The bank must have a writ of garnishment or something from the state in order to do that.
That's kind of like I'm calling you because I'm having a struggle with U.S. Bank, too. They're not forthcoming at all.
But the bank should tell you we have a levy here for this amount. Like, if you put more money in the bank, will they take it?
No, and the account is now they put a stop all on the account. So I don't know if it's shut down or not. They won't contact or work with me, Tom. That's really
this poor guy truly doesn't know anything. I mean, really, it sounds like they just took his money and no one's communicating with him.
Correct.
I mean, if that's true, I'd be pissed off too. I mean, even if you really owe the money, I'd be pissed off. I'd want to know when, why, how. It just doesn't seem right.
Well, I've been paying unemployment since I was 15, and I'm 56, and I've always kept a job. So for them to do me like this is pretty frustrating. And
okay, listen, we need to send this. We need to send an inquiry to our person at unemployment. Seriously, we need to find out why they took that money from you. Now, it might be legit, but I mean, certainly you're owed an explanation when they come and get $4,600 and they say it's going back to unemployment, and you haven't received unemployment since 2017. I mean, that's 4 years ago. So I don't understand, but we'll find out. Hold on, Suzanne's going to talk to you. Do you have any idea? Anybody have any idea why that would happen? 303-713-8255. I am baffled by it. Okay, if you have a problem, question, or complaint, don't wait till it hits ahead. Get to us soon, please. 303-713-TALK. Renew Home Innovations will do a beautiful shower for you, or a tub shower combination. They even do walk-in tubs from American Standard. I personally don't like a lot of the walk-in tubs, but I believe Nick when he tells me these walk-in tubs are totally different. But you can do a beautiful rectangle shower, linear drains, grab bars, seats, custom made for you, no extra charge. You just tell them what you want. 303-904-2000. Renew Home Innovations. They concentrate on the bathrooms. RenewHomeInnovations.com.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio.
That was so elusive.
You could hear Russ
but maybe he doesn't know anything.
Yeah, but no, he waited way too long to say unemployment.
I know. But all of a sudden, I have no idea. Well, they said it's going to the state. Right, now, first he said, I have no idea. Then he said, well, they say it's going to the state. Then he said, but I have no idea. All they said was it's going to unemployment.
So, Mark, here it is. So you got resident rates, non-resident rates. And it's pretty much that for everything that they do there.
How much is it?
Oh, this is just for punches.
Oh, well, what's the difference there?
135 versus 95. But if you...
that's 50%.
Yeah, but if you join a league, they usually have a one price for that league. So it'll be a resident rate, non-resident rate.
With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin.
In a P.O. box.
Right now at Wendy's, get a single plus another great item for just $1 more.
So Frontier's giving 10,000 bonus miles for vaccinated travelers.
Wow. May vary at U.S. Wendy's. Valid for item of equal or lesser value, cannot be used in a combo or with other offer.
Apparently you could buy a Vax card.
Mile High Estate Planning is now BlakeHarrisLaw.com. You can trust Blake Harris to give you accurate information about estate planning. All you have to do is call and ask. You're not going to be charged. He only charges flat rates for actual legal work he does, like the wills. He does trusts. Maybe you want to get out of probate, or like a beneficiary's deed can help there. Or maybe payable on death certificate for a bank account. Maybe you need a combination of things. He can tell you. Blake Harris Law, 833-ASK-BLAKE. That's 833-ASK-BLAKE. I love people you can depend on, like Blake Harris. I love people you can depend on, like Paul the Waterman here today. I love people you can depend on, like Uncle Kevin Calkin at Sheridan Auto Tech. people laugh when I say Uncle Kevin. I just do that as a joke because he truly treats his customers like family. They have been in business more than 20 years with thousands of people that call that place home for auto repair. 2 locations, Colfax and Lakewood, Havana and Aurora. You can find out more, SheridanAutotech.com. Honesty, experience, knowledge, convenience, and value. 303-455-7242, SheridanAutotech.com.
Hi, Phil Swift here for the Flex Seal family of products. You know, there's a lot of ways to protect your home. You can take a moat. You could bubble wrap it. Or you could train a pack of wolves to protect it. But the best way is with the Flex Seal family of products. So when you need to patch, bond, seal, repair, and stop leaks fast, get the Flex Seal family of products. Available at FlexSealProducts.com and fine retailers.
So I'm going to say it. I'm happy I got the vaccine. You know what?
Why wouldn't you be?
I am. I really am.
I am. Yeah, I wouldn't.
I've been thinking about it, and some of the anti-vaccine shit. I'm not saying some of it's not true, like some of the risks, but there's risks in every medical.
The risks are so minute.
But there's been anti-vaxxers forever. I mean, this isn't anything.
No, I know.
Hell, we know one.
With autism, they talk about this.
Right. I used to get the flu shot, and then I always got the.
You know, we had neighbors that actually believed that, the autism. You know, ironically enough, their kid has autism, though.
Do they ever have them back?
I don't know.
Again, it's correlation, not causation.
I don't know. That's a good
And there's
question.
not even a correlation of fucking autism, for
Of
God's
course
sake.
not.
I'll tell you what's weird, though. Is it because it wasn't diagnosed? How come all of a sudden there's numerous different kinds of autism, and it affects more people than ever before? Is it simply because it wasn't diagnosed
That's
properly?
exactly right. It's like peanut allergy. Like I said, when we were kids, everybody in the world ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and nobody got sick.
Shit, every airplane gave out peanuts.
Right.
If you're going to die from peanuts, it'll be on an airplane.
Right, and now everybody's complaining about peanut allergy. This stuff is just, they're looking for things to become victims.
You know what's funny is Suzanne was allergic to a bunch of shit. She went in, they did like 50 little pricks.
Yeah.
They did the series of
That's
shots.
the ruination of our country right there.
And
Right there.
she's not allergic to that shit now. How come they can't do that with peanut allergies? How come they can't introduce it just like they do with the other shit?
She's a head of the pack that spent the money to get her elected. There's a group of people behind her.
They want her to be president and do the Green New Deal.
Thank God, at least 10 more years she can't.
Not 10, like 6 or something.
How old is she? Oh, okay, so. I don't know how old she is.
You know what, though? No matter what, all of her power, just like Pelosi, comes from one
media.
No. What I'm saying is, when it comes to voting her in, it's not national. It's one little district.
I understand, but it's the media that gave her that.
And they love her. So there's
That's
nothing
right.
wrong with that.
That's right. It's her district. If you want to oust her, you don't go.
Again, the media is why she loves her. Remember, she was the one that got Amazon out of it. Now she's going to be a senator from New York. You think? She's going to challenge
Schumer, right?
These super thick cloths.
She's just a rep now, right?
Yeah.
Just look at all that. And that was from just
Schumer.
one wife.
Can you believe a representative, though, just from one district can get such natural prominence like Pelosi?
Media.
Well, that goes back to the media for sure.
Oh, Pelosi, she's been in there for, what, 40
What it
years?
goes on to is it goes into being voted by your colleagues to head up all this shit.
Yeah, but don't be a Pelosi Speaker of the House. There's a difference.
Yeah, but she's only a representative.
I know, right. But the Speaker of the House has a lot of political power.
Well, of course, but it all boils down to she
One
can be
district.
ousted from one little fucking district.
Right.
And it can ruin. So to be second Speaker of the House, she has to be voted.
Right, every 2 years.
So they have to have a majority, which they do, and then they have to want her.
The Speaker of the House is always going to have the CNC in person.
Well, if there's no law,
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-8255. Paul the Waterman is with us. And Paul, I need to ask you something that is in this email. I always talk about whole house water conditioning. You can do it for under $2,000. Your clothes will be cleaner, your skin will be better. It'll be better all around as far as your pipes, your plumbing, your dishwashers. Everywhere you have water, you really extend the life of your appliances. Especially hot water tanks, because the water is conditioned. The dangerous stuff is taken out, and it's really good for your plumbing and for your body, your skin, and for your laundry. But here's the question. Does it take out impurities like a filtration?
No, so water softening is designed for removal of hard water and certain radioactive materials.
Does it make it somewhat purer?
No, purification is through reverse osmosis or whole house filtration, where you're at submicron filter levels.
Okay, so when you get your house conditioned for under $2,000, you're the only one that does that. Whole house under $2,000, computerized, low maintenance water conditioning. It doesn't purify the water.
Correct. It's not purifying. Reverse osmosis is purifying because it's nanofiltration.
So if someone is concerned about drinking water, then they would get a fountain somewhere in their home.
Right. They'd get a point of use.
Point of use, it's called, at the kitchen or whatever.
Right.
The point of use then purifies.
Correct.
Now, is there any reason to do whole house purification?
The city of Inglewood last week had a boil order for, E. coli bacteria. So absolutely, people, you really need to think about this. The viruses, the superbugs that are becoming resistant.
Okay, so if I do whole house filtration, do I need whole house conditioning?
Yes, because whole house purification doesn't function in hard water. So hard water will coat the filters or cover the filters, prevent them from, doing what they're designed
So whole
to.
house purification is under $2,000. Whole house conditioning is under $2,000. What if I get a combination?
You're under $3,000.
Okay, under $3,000 will get me both.
Yes.
Unbelievable. That's good. That's good to know. Let's go to
Deborah.
Deborah, you have a flooring issue. What's going on, Deborah?
Hello, Tom.
Hi, what's happening?
Well, I had a floor installed with Empire Flooring.
Now, I want to tell people about Empire Flooring. People think Empire Flooring is a store somewhere or some kind of contract. It's a lead generator. Do you know what that is?
Yes, I think I do now.
Yeah, that means that they advertise, you call, and then they assign it to someone.
Correct.
Okay, so go ahead. It's not like there's Mr. Empire Flooring who's been in business for years, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, it's not like, for example, Simply Floors with Buddy and Karen Mitchell. Empire Flooring is whoever happens to get the next lead. But let's talk about it. What went wrong?
Well, they installed the floor.
And when you say they, who was the actual contractor?
Oh, see, that I don't even know. It was just two gentlemen that showed up.
Okay, two guys installed the floor, and what happened?
Well, when I asked about the floor, I wanted vinyl planking, and I said it had to be waterproof. And
that sounds like waterproof luxury vinyl tile would be the thing to do.
Well, we've got vinyl planking.
Okay,
but
is vinyl planking, is it called luxury vinyl tile?
I don't have an answer for that.
Well, do you have an invoice?
Oh, yes, I do, somewhere.
See, I'm not trying to give you a hard time, Deborah. I want to know what you actually bought and signed for. Anyway, keep going with your story. You wanted waterproof of vinyl.
Vinyl.
Got it.
And he guaranteed that my salesman, Robert, guaranteed that it was waterproof.
And that's in writing.
Well, it's somewhere on the contract. I have to find.
Well, that's good. If you have it in the contract, that's good.
Okay.
Then what happened?
And so, then about 3 weeks later, apparently a water bottle tipped over in my little refrigerator that I have in my family room.
When did you have the floor? When did you have the floor installed?
May 24th.
May 24th. Okay. So, when the water turned over, what did it turn out to be?
Well, we woke up one morning and saw some water on the floor, so we wiped it up. And then a few days later, the planking was bending.
Uh-oh.
And so we called them up and we asked them to send a repair person out. And so then the same gentleman who put in the flooring came out, and the planks were warped, and he took them out because he said there was still water underneath there and it had to dry. And then he took our planks and left.
Did they do it under warrant? Did they do it under warranty?
Well, they were supposed to. That's what they said. Their warranty says that, let's see, 2 places it says warping from a spill, and the other place says buckling warping from an accident.
So really, that's covered under your warranty?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a 3-year warranty. And so they, came out and...
Got it. They replaced the planks. So I need to know, what is the issue now?
They didn't replace the planks.
They took the old ones?
He took the old ones, and now we're stuck with a 4x6 area that there's no planks.
Now, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Are you telling me, hold on, they're not going to replace them?
No.
Why?
Well, the girl that I've been dealing with is Latasha, and she said it's because it came from a refrigerator that it wasn't an accident.
All right. Listen, we got to take a break. She said it wasn't an accident, meaning they're holding you responsible. Is that right?
Yes, they're holding me responsible for water.
But I don't understand that. You said it was waterproof. Hold on, and we'll come back to it.
I'm Tom Martino. We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. And we're going to talk more about Empire Flooring and how they really work. You make it sound like there's a good store locally owned and operated for years. You don't know who you're getting. I speak truth on this show. Stick around for more. 303-713-8255.
It shouldn't matter where the work comes from, if it's guaranteed.
Home prices are out of sight, but the good news is
I don't think she got LVT.
your home at record low rates. With Ideal Home Loans, owner Glenn Ivan.
But if it says in the contract that it's guaranteed against water damage,
that's right.
It's guaranteed against water damage.
Not against water damage, but just waterproof.
Either it is or it isn't. It doesn't matter what the material is.
303-867-7000.
I don't think she got waterproof.
Pure equity for needed upgrades.
Should we have Suzanne have her send me a copy of the warranty?
Yeah, have her do that contract.
Yeah.
Getting your credit card debt and paying your house off more quickly, it's a real possibility right now with the current interest rate environment we're seeing. IdealHomeLoans.com. First, listen, then they lend. Rates have never been lower. It's the best way to go about it. Don't burn precious cash that you spent years to save. Tap into your home's equity, put that equity to work.
303-867-7000. 867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com.
How's life going for you, Rob?
Going really good. Really good.
KHOW Denver.
Everything what I do, we do it on a
Saturday. iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts. All in one.
ABC News, I'm Ellen
I'm just
Bobette.
trying to find
As the
people that,
Delta variant spreads,
just
younger
the
people
labor
are now
market is
filling
tough,
ERs and
tough.
ICUs.
In Louisiana, they're facing the nation's
Yeah, that's what we hear.
New Orleans Children's Hospital saying
They say it's not because of unemployment.
Very young children. In Florida, the number of
Anyway, so I was saying that if Florida allows illegals to register and get a license as a plumber apprentice, and I think that's going to drive the labor costs down tremendously. Which, here's the question, Tom. If you hire an illegal, right, and he's allowed to be licensed in Colorado, what does that do with your liability insurance?
Weather that leads to wildfires, like the ones raging in the
They would
West.
still cover it.
Would they have to?
Where
I would
4
sure think
firefighters
so.
have been injured, at least 5 people unaccounted for, and many have lost their homes.
What are you talking about?
Thousands evacuated on
So,
boats in Greece.
DORA's going to allow,
Wildfires
they're
were
having a
banned
meeting thinking
by
of
one of the
allowing
worst
illegal
people
residents
in
to
Campaign.
apply for a plumber's
This
license,
is ABC
right?
News.
And so if they let that happen, my question is that when these national...
First of all, forget, talking about that, That's why they don't want identification for voting. They don't want identification for anything. People should. They're saying basically, you can do anything you want.
That's it. And so if you're undocumented, how do you know who this guy is? What happened? Here's the liability. What happens if they go back, if they find out some information that this guy had a record or had something? Where's the liability? Does that, come to me? Or can I say, hey, wait a minute, how was I supposed to know? Right? If you got somebody that say, you can't prove, you can't do a background check on somebody that's, illegal, right?
Well, I mean, it wouldn't matter if he's legal or illegal. If he did something, I mean, that's what your insurance is for.
Right, but yeah.
I don't think it's going to matter if he's legal or illegal.
Owen Lopez, ABC News.
It's been tough talking to my doctor about constipation, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. I finally laid all my symptoms out there and how they keep coming back. She said I may have irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. We agreed. It's time to try something different.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea. Sometimes
Some of these people that call us right now, we're getting so many people raped off.
There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Visit a doctor in person or online. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by Happy and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Now, Impact Traffic. This report is sponsored by American Financing. Refinance your mortgage and save $1,000 or more each month without restarting your term. It only takes 10 minutes to get started when you choose American Financing. 303-695-7000 or AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 122334. Regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
It's back. The 9th annual Broncos 5th 7K Run Walk returns to Empower Field at Mile High on Sunday, September 5th. Celebrate the kickoff to the Denver Broncos season and experience the exhilaration of finishing the race on the field as you cross the 50-yard line. Participants will receive an exclusive Broncos t-shirt, race bib, finisher's medal, and an unforgettable experience with a limited capacity. This race will sell out. On your mark, get set, go. To Broncos7k.com to register today.
I got my DNA test back. Turns out I'm Irish.
Hi, I'm Irish too.
Me too.
Guys. This is O'Shea's Casino. Everybody's Irish while they're here. Everyone has a little Irish fun in them when they're at O'Shea's Casino at Lady Luck Blackhawk. Now open every weekend, 4 p.m. Friday to Sunday close. Must be 21 or older to gamble.
Lady
Know when
Luck.
to stop before you start. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
And private real estate. Multiple offers in 72 hours guaranteed.
Now your chance to win $1,000 and a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword Vegas to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's Vegas to 200-200.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. GenesisSolarCO.com is a solar company you can trust. The same people that brought you Genesis Total Exteriors. Genesis Solar, 25-year guarantee on the components and 25-year performance guarantee, and a 20-minute appraisal of your property, a 20-minute evaluation to see if solar is right and about how much you'll save. That's free. It's 20 minutes free. GenesisSolarCO.com. You ought to check it out. Solar is still viable. It's still good for the environment. It's still there with all the tax credits. You own it. 303-474-4317. 303-474-4317. I hope you understand by now. You listen to this show with a pen or paper or pencil or whatever, or, a way to copy down phone numbers. Now, What happened was this guy calls and says, I have a bank account at U.S. Bank. And they told me the money was taken by the unemployment division. I was never warned that I was overpaid on unemployment. There was never a letter asking me to pay anything. And all of a sudden the bank says there was a levy on my account. Think about that. A levy on my bank account. And this is for unemployment I got in 2017. Rick's got a comment on that. Rick, what is your comment, sir?
Yeah, I was listening in, and the bank can't take any money from his account without a judgment. Well, and they get served with
it can be a writ of garnishment. You're right, and that comes from the state.
You need a judgment to get that.
Yes. I don't know, actually, I know that most everyone needs a judgment to get a writ of garnishment, but I don't know, does the state need a judgment? I don't know that. I mean, maybe they do. I'm not sure, but okay.
Yes, they
and
do.
That judgment, he would have known, he would have been served, wouldn't he?
That's right. Not only that, but he would have been notified by the state, first off, demanding their money, and if he didn't pay up, then they turned it over to their law firm, which is a private law firm.
How do you know all this?
I used to work there about 20 years ago.
At the state or at the bank?
No, it's a law firm.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, we have someone at unemployment looking in on it for us, or in it for us, into it. So thank you very much, Rick, 303-713-8255. Deborah is sending her warranty to us. She said she bought basically waterproof luxury vinyl tile, because that's the only vinyl that comes in planks, luxury vinyl tile. They call it LVT. Not all LVT is waterproof. Her particular LVT warped where a glass of water spilled. Deborah says they're not going to honor it. Now, I have the letter here, Deborah. Okay? And it says, good afternoon, Deb. We received a response regarding the claim that you filed with Centricity on your ESP plan. Unfortunately, the claim was denied due to the fact it was not an accidental spill. I don't know what the hell that means.
Well, this isn't a copy of the warranty, that's for sure.
It was due to a leak from an appliance. You said a glass of water, Deborah.
It leaked out of a refrigerator.
What? I thought you said didn't you say a glass, a bottle of water?
No.
Or something?
A bottle of water was in this we have a little tiny refrigerator in our family room. One that's like 2.5 feet tall.
It says it was due to a leak from an appliance. We look forward to getting this resolved, but unfortunately this is not covered under any warranties provided by Empire today. The mill or the SP service plan, it doesn't cover it either. You were quoted $442 for labor, $200 for material, so we are happy to move forward to repair. Please let us know if you would like to proceed. Please keep in mind the quotes are good for 30 days. I want to say something, though, that this is weird. You say it was waterproof. That's a whole different issue. I need evidence that you bought waterproof LVT. Suze.
Tom, I got the warranty. I sent that in a second email to you guys.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to look at that. And now that says warranty, 2 attachments. Is that the one, Suze? What is covered? Defects in materials and workmanships from a single incident or an accident during normal use. What items are eligible for a service plan? Carpet, laminate, wood, plank, luxury vinyl, blah, blah, blah.
That looks like a service plan, though, not a warranty from the manufacturer.
No, I sent you the warranty. Look at the PDF.
Then there's another one there. There is comprehensive coverage here. It calls it a service plan, Suze. Even
It says floor care and product warranty guide for residential use.
Where is that?
It's in a second email I sent you guys.
Then that's a third email, because I looked at, okay, the Highland Park warranty?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Lifetime structural warranty. It says lifetime wear-through warranty. The flooring is used only indoors. The surface...
It actually says exclusion warranties or water saturation. It's right there.
That's right. Right there. Big exclusion. Where, Mark?
Under warranty exclusions, right? Where you're reading.
Underneath? Or
Yeah, right there. Go down a little.
Okay. Second, third page, where?
No. First page.
First page, okay.
Warranty exclusions.
Warranty. Oh, okay. You're right. Damage, scratches, damage, exposure to heat, dryness, or water saturation, accidents, abuse. None of that's covered. I don't even understand. First of all, where do you have proof that you even bought waterproof luxury vinyl tile? See, Deborah,
I probably don't.
Here's what happens. I call it the I made it clear syndrome. Now, this is not against you, but this happens to a lot of people, so I want everyone to hear this. Here's what they say. Well, I bought this car. Mark, you've heard this, right? I bought this car, and what do they say? I made it clear I was going to tow a camper. Or, I put a floor in. I made it clear it was a mudroom. Or, I bought a whatever.
Wait.
And I made it clear.
Scroll further down. Look at this. Highland Park Collection, SPC Vinyl Floors Lifetime Limited Waterproof Warranty.
Oh, there is one. There is one there. So what does it say?
I'm still digesting it. It says it will not be adversely impacted by water exposure for the life of the product.
Wow. Structural performance of this flooring will not be... The planks are warranted to be 100% waterproof. Wait a minute. You, Deborah.
Yes.
You do have... this. Who is LW Mountain? Who is that?
I don't know.
You
I don't know where you're reading this.
Well, where the hell did you sent it to us?
Well, I know, and I'm looking at it.
What is LW Mountain? It's not. It's not that stupid Empire. Who is LW? Why is LW Mountain Inc. giving you a warranty guide?
It's got to be.
It originally came from. Pardon me. It originally came. This email originally came from Empire Today.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. Is LW Mountain the one that installed it, or is it the manufacturer?
Are you talking about a Highland Park warranty?
That's what you labeled the PDF as. Yes.
Yes. Who is that? Who is it? The letterhead says LW Mountain.
Oh yes. Okay. Now I see where you're.
Who are they?
Okay.
Who are they?
This is what Empire sent to me when I filed the claim.
Is LW Mountain...
They're the manufacturer.
Did you look that up, Mark?
Yeah, they look like they're the manufacturer.
Okay, they're the manufacturer. Okay. So, this manufacturer clearly says that you have waterproof vinyl.
Okay.
So, here's what I don't understand. It says the planks are warranted to be 100% waterproof. So, that leaking shouldn't have done anything.
How long was it wet?
Possibly overnight, because we found it in the morning when we walked by the refrigerator.
I don't understand this at all. I just don't understand it, how they can get out of this.
Unless they're saying it was standing water.
Well, but the point is that there's basic confusion. When they got the rejection letter, it says clearly that it was due to an appliance malfunction, and she did not make it clear that it was not the appliance, it was something in the refrigerator.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a 100% waterproof guarantee. It doesn't say where the water comes from matters. It doesn't say that. There is nothing in here that says if the water comes from an appliance, we're not covering it. You know what? I think you did the wrong thing. Here's what I think. I think you're going for the service plan and you didn't go to the warranty. That's what I think.
Okay.
You need to go to this warranty. This is what you do, and you be single-minded, and then you call us back and we'll help. Here's what you do. You say, look, no matter where the water came from, no matter what, this LW Mountain, this floor care, whatever, there's another name for it, Highland Park, this is definitely said to be waterproof. And we are waiting. You say you contacted this consumer advocate on the radio, and we are waiting to hear their response. Because you go to that and you look at that page where it says waterproof. And then you confront them with that. The hell with the service warranty. Ask them about the waterproof. Now, maybe it'll just cover the product and not the labor, but whatever, you deserve something more than they're giving you.
It says just if it's not
Good work getting all that shit to us.
If it's outside or the subfloor or mold, that's about the things that it does not cover.
I mean, this thing is pretty clear. But, Mark, it's kind of contradictory. The first page says exclusion, water. Mark?
That's on the service plan, though.
No, was it? I thought it was on that.
Oh, no. Yeah.
You're right. It wasn't.
That's on the actual L&W warranty?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Then it says waterproof.
Right.
Any positive results
We got so many of these.
False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use the
warranty
adenoma,
exclusions.
have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or personal or family history of colon cancer.
Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I want to give you guys some advice. When you're looking to do a project around your home, like I do, listen, it could be a kitchen or bath, especially. Buy and Build is the place to go. Now, Buy and Build can do two things. They can supply materials to you of all kinds at below wholesale, or what they can do is a turnkey job for you. So if you want the bathroom done, they'll do it, or whatever, some kitchen cabinets done. They do cabinets and vanities, countertops, sinks, faucets. They have bath hardware and accessories. I think they have lighting fixtures. They have a bunch of stuff. Their new location, well, I say new now, but their location is 560 South Lipan. 560 South Lipan, buyandbuild.net. Now, another thing. A lot of people wonder what condition their roof is in, and they call their insurance company. If your insurance company makes a trip to your house, or you even call them, even if you never get a claim done, they count that as an excessive call, meaning it's a claim. You're looking for a claim and it counts against you. I'm serious. So what you need to do is call Excel Roofing first. These are people you can trust. And Jay and his team will tell you if you need anything at all when it comes to roofing. A repair, maintenance, replacement, if it's storm related or not, you trust them. And you don't pay a cent until you're content. And there is no charge for assessing your roof. 303-761-6400. Excel is an excellent, E-X-C-E-L, excelroofing.com. When you're in trouble, the last thing you want to do is shop for an attorney. Now, this comes from a long time on the radio listening to people who get DUIs and other things. They go and find an attorney with a Google search they know nothing about. They put money down, then they're frustrated. With Joe Lazzara, I've done the shopping for you. I know him, I trust him, and you can too. He'll give you flat rate pricing. He'll represent you for a DUI or any other crime or thing that comes up. Joe Lazzara. Find him at referralist.com or give him a call, 303-429-6200. There is more building activity, buying and selling activity now, I think, than ever before in real estate. One thing you should also shop for are loans. You don't have to go with the conventional loan anymore, the 15 or 30 years. There is a new product I like with affordable interest mortgage. Oh yeah, they have all the conventional loans if you want it. But they also have the liquid loan. Now listen to this. That loan stays in place for 30 years and it's a line of credit. Think about that. You never have to refi again. You do it, pays off your loan. It's very low rates. Then the extra equity sits there until you need it. But here's the best part. You can pay it all off or partial off and get it all back again. So it goes up and down as you please. In fact, every penny you have in the bank with this loan counts against your average daily balance. So if you keep 5 or 10 in there for paying bills, as long as it's in there, it eats away at the balance of your mortgage. Find out more. Affordable Interest Mortgage, AIMortgage.net. It's a wonderful loan. 720-895-0500.
So there's 3 different warranties in that paper.
It's the new way to
Oh, 3 different
Okay, I
things.
missed How do we know which one is hers?
Well, hers, if it's waterproof, it's the very bottom one that says that.
How do we know that is her? Yes, dear.
Did she send her
Well,
receipt?
Deborah needs to go back to Empire, or are we going back to her?
She's going back to Empire.
She needs to go to
And then
Empire
she's
and
getting
say what?
I told her what to do.
Okay, because she was like,
Well,
I'm supposed to what?
She's supposed to go back to Empire and tell them, forget about the service warranty. This is waterproof vinyl. Why aren't you standing behind it?
Or is it this Highland Park Collection SBC vinyl?
We don't know. That's the problem.
If it's this stuff, here, she's covered. If it's this
Well, she's covered on the part.
Why did? Well, they sent that to her. That must be what she.
I
had.
didn't see
No,
this.
but there's 3. So this is the final page. This is for light
Dan, I
commercial.
don't know why there's 3 of them, because one of them says
And this one's for
water's
partner.
not. One of them says water is not good.
That's Orchard.
Okay, I will tell her.
Yeah, it is very confusing.
It's going to be another hot and easy day. We've got smoky skies continuing for today with air quality warnings. Temps will be right around 95 degrees. I'm Fox 31 pinpoint weather.
Actually, it might all be the same.
The wait is over. The Broadmoor Manitoulin
does say
high-speed
that.
Highland Railway is back.
SBC
With new trains, new track, new depot.
Then it's got the Highland Park SBC
experiences.
vinyl floors.
It says right here, collection SBC flooring.
At cograilway.com.
The very first thing is Highland Park Collection.
Does it say SPC vinyl floors?
Says it's
Lifetime?
Hi, Tom Martino, your
Troubleshooter 303-713-TALK. Paul the Waterman is here, and it's really important that we know the difference between conditioning and purification. They're both very important. If you had to pick one, now you may not need conditioning if your water's already soft. Are there areas, Paul, where we don't need conditioning?
Yeah, up north Louisville, naturally soft water.
Okay.
So, but high chlorine content.
What about Denver? Naturally hard?
Denver, yeah, hard and varies from hard to really hard. So
I think then if I was going to do this for my home, I think I would do a whole house conditioning with a point of use water fountain. Water soft faucet, so I could fill up bottles and stuff.
Right, reverse osmosis.
But if you do that whole house conditioning, and we're getting letters about lead, and what was the other thing we got a letter about?
We had bacteria.
E. coli
they said
E. coli. Okay,
yeah.
so will that bother you if you bathe or shower in it?
No, it's not going to bother you if you bathe in a shower.
Okay.
In it.
So I would say, if you're looking for a budget, wait a minute. I just thought of something. I'm stupid. Here's why. The whole house conditioning is under $2,000, like $1,895 or something, right?
Right.
Whole house filtration, about the same.
Right.
If you put them together, it's about $3,000 or under. If you do them both.
Right.
I just gave bad advice. I said get the whole house conditioning and a water faucet, but the whole house conditioning is under $2,000. The water fountain is $1,000. That's $3,000. So you can get your whole house done for that price. Why? I was all wrong. You can get your whole house done for under $3,000.
Right. You can get
with
water
filtration and conditioning. Is it one system or two when you do that?
2.
You'll put in 2 systems, full filtration and softening.
$28.95.
Oh my God, that's unbelievable. No, seriously, Paul, it's I'm doing it, Now, I want to ask you something. Do they contradict each other? What do you do first?
Water softening supports everything.
So do you purify then soften?
You soften first. One of the biggest problems out there, a lot of companies put carbon filters before water softener. Big mistake, because they're not designed to deal with hard water. You want to do your conditioning after the water softener. Take the hardness out, then that conditioner will filter more because it's not going to get beat up by hard water.
Now you did a collection thing, a collection of names at the county fair. What county fair?
Adams County Fair.
And you want us to pick a winner?
Yes.
We will in a little while. So anyone who went to Adams County Fair and visited the Water Pros booth, we're going to pick a winner. What do they get?
They get a free reverse osmosis, just like the one that's in your house installed.
I love that. The water fountain is so wonderful. 3 filters, no power. No power. So how does it work without power? Just the power of the water goes through it?
Right. It's using the water pressure from the municipality, and it runs through the filtration filters, and it filters on demand as needed.
All right. So, John,
how do we help you, John? What's happening?
John? Oh, no, man. Oh, John, you've been waiting. And, John, if you're listening, you call back. You'll get right through 303-713-TALK. Now, Antonio, did you have a comment on that flooring problem, sir?
Yes, I did.
Go ahead.
First off, Empire, the person that comes out and sells you the flooring, they don't work for Empire. They have their own LLC, and they work for themselves.
I don't think anybody works for Empire, right?
No one does. No one does. The installers don't either.
I know. I mean, it's just a big lead generation company.
Exactly. I used to work for them. I know.
So tell me what happens. They advertise, you call, and they send out a salesperson.
Correct. They'll send someone out like me. Say they'll send me out. I'll go and look over your whole house and figure out what you need. A lot of times I'm uninformed about a lot of things. I know the product. I don't know it well enough to know the warranties and everything. All I know is that Empire backs everything. So they say.
Okay, so consumer calls, sales, it's an independent salesperson that's dispatched, right?
Correct.
Okay, and then what? And then the installers, they're separate too. Do the installers supply the floor, or does Empire?
That's where Empire comes in. The only thing Empire supplies is the flooring. That's it. The flooring and the leads. They're like a
okay. Well, then at least they have something to do with it. They do, and they do the floor.
Correct. So the problem that lady was having, yes, the flooring does have a lifetime warranty, but she's going to have to contact Empire to get them to do the warranty work. And the problem with it is a lot of times with Empire, the installers have left. So it can be very problematic.
The installers what? The installer's gone because they don't have because they just use whoever's around, right?
Exactly.
Okay, hold on. I appreciate the information. I want to really quickly go back to John because we got disconnected. John, what's going on with your contractor, sir?
All right,
hey.
Well, it's not my contractor. It was the contractor working on the neighbor's roof.
What happened? What happened?
Well, okay, so it was July 21st. They were overworking, doing repairs to his shingle roof. Then late that night, they airless sprayed the whole roof with boiled linseed oil and turpentine.
Uh-oh.
And I have two quite new vehicles parked out in the driveway and a great big enclosed trailer. Everything got fogged. Well, I didn't know this until the morning of the 22nd, about 5:30 a.m.
Now listen,
out the window.
This oil isn't going to hurt your car, is it?
Oh, absolutely.
What did it do? Did it eat away at the finish?
It etched the clear coating, yes.
Wait. Really? Oh my gosh. On how many vehicles?
On two vehicles, a brand new pickup truck and a 4-year-old car.
Oh my goodness.
So I have a body shop friend, called him and he said, get him over here as fast as you can. If it bakes on, it will destroy.
How much will it cost?
Well, it's already been done, and grand total on that was $3,129.
Okay, listen, 3,000 what? How much? 3,000.
3,000.
Okay, that's around $3,000 then. That's okay. So listen, man.
Yep.
Here's the way I look at it. Right now, we're going to come back to you, and I have some ideas.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino. Now,
do you think do you think his comprehensive would fix it? Are these new commercials?
It's a turpentine.
They can't even look at it now.
Wouldn't his rates go up? Yeah. That is a problem.
They can't even look at it.
That is a problem. They have to take his,
I mean, would you write him a fucking check at this point?
After it's done.
What are you talking about?
It's done and over. They don't even have anything to look at. They never got to see it. I mean, I'm also going to paint job and tell you to pay for it now.
No, he didn't get paid. He got it clear though.
Okay.
You just need to take them to small claims court. That's what they did.
Who would you take to small claims court?
The guys who sprayed the roof. It's the roofing company. It's that simple.
They were negligent. But Mark's saying they have nothing to prove.
They have nothing.
We'll find out what he has.
I don't understand why they
photos and has an affidavit or something, but
from the people who clean the car. That's all.
Okay, hold on.
They don't know what it looked like prior.
His resume is on Indeed. Match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
I love Rocky Mountain IV Medics because I get IVs at my home, or actually I got them in the studio the last couple of months. You can get them anywhere you need them. That's the point. They come to you. You don't have to go to an IV bar. And by the way, you don't pay any more for that exclusive service in your home or office. Rocky Mountain IV Medics. I can't say enough about them. I get hydration for all kinds of stuff, and I use the NAD, which is really incredible, like a fountain of youth. But you can get it for hangovers, or maybe you have COVID, or you're not feeling good. Whatever it is, 720, text or call. You can get appointments within an hour, 720-987-2155, 720-987-2155, RockyMountainIVMedics.com. Earlier you heard me talk about Genesis, right? Genesis Solar, Genesis Solar CO for Colorado, GenesisSolarCO.com. You're going to find out a lot about solar with Genesis. They will do a 20-minute site evaluation, and they don't even have to be there. It's remote, to let you know what you can expect in savings. And really, you get all the tax bennies because you own the system, no complications when you sell. Everything is guaranteed 25 years, including the performance. Think about that. A worry-free system for 25 years. GenesisSolarCO.com. We love these guys. Also for home improvements, of course, with GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
Why would they
run in a little while? Right?
Why would they spray turpentine on a roof?
I don't know. I heard him say that too.
Linseed oil, I can see.
How would he know it's turpentine? Yeah. Isn't that like fucking flammable as hell?
Why would they flammable and it's paint remover?
I'm pretty sure that my neighbor's deck, when they caught on fire, it's because he had the people doing it had the turpentine laying out.
Yeah, no, it's
why would they use that?
I can see linseed oil.
They're just simply going to say,
because it's not. I don't understand the turpentine. Because if all that's got to get on the house, it's a paint remover, turpentine.
Maybe he doesn't know what he's talking about.
They do spray oil, to help.
Was it a wood shack roof or was it
wood shake? Yeah. But I still don't understand.
Mark, you have to come over here and sign it.
Yeah.
Because you're right.
Poof, the roof will go up.
Shouldn't your wheat be able to weather the weather?
That says people do it, though. Look, man. It definitely says they do it.
Seed treatments powered by nature's microbes.
Whether to apply
to help protect crops and increase yield. Biotrinsic M36 has been shown to increase wheat yields by 3.7 bushels per acre under heat stress.
Turpentine,
yeah. Down through the years, people tried combinations.
Boy, you would think turpentine. I don't know why anybody would do that.
Your new window is on the left. I'm going to read that.
If it got it on the house, paint
here. Call screener. Yeah, this is your new window for call screener. And then I'll just leave in a couple minutes here.
Yeah, that's weird, Dano. I don't know, man.
I guess they do it.
It looks like it, but I mean, like, why?
And then it would be hard in the house paint too, I assume.
Why would they do turpentine along with linseed oil?
Right.
It's because that would dissolve the linseed oil.
You would think, yeah.
Or it would dilute it.
And linseed oil is just to make it more spongy.
Maybe you want it to be diluted to soak in, but then that doesn't make sense to me.
Why don't we ask one of our roofers? We've got 1,000 roofers on your referral list.
None of our roofers are going to
do they shake?
No, ask them why they wouldn't use it.
Actually, it would be interesting why anybody would use it.
Yeah. I mean, you have enough roofers that you can ask, right?
I would just say you'd be pretty damn careful.
We had one roof I remember growing up like this.
And would you spray it or would you brush it on? Because spraying. paint.
Well, apparently they sprayed it.
Yeah. But again, I think it'd be hard on house paint.
Take your home like it is, and let us help you make it like you want it. Hi, David Chikini, Downright Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. We've been doing just that for
I do Genesis.
800-362-8770 or drhi.com.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you won't be something ahead. Rates are at historic levels.
We got to do this. You can do that, Mark. Pick the winner.
I can't believe I won. I'm so lucky. Here, let me
And the winner is Dan Miller.
Hey, here you go. Should I finish with this? Here you go. Yeah. One more. Hey, I was there. I just missed you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Was that a success for you, the show, though, in general?
I think it was. I feel bad. I think we would have got more responses, but the guys I had working during the week, right, because I couldn't be there, were intimidated by that sheriff next to us, and we didn't get, half the responses.
Why was the sheriff next to you?
The guy running for sheriff.
Well, why would they be intimidated by him?
Because he's out there talking to people, and he's wearing his badge, and so they're afraid. It's people.
Defund! I'm sorry.
Yeah. And when I got there Sundays, like I said, I told him,
Tom Martino here, 303-713
Talk. Listen, Silverleaf Mortgage is a wonderful mortgage company for reverse loans. Silverleafmortgage.com. And I'll tell you the real strength. They have a nonprofit foundation that can help with fixing your home up for the appraisal so you get more money. And they do that with low interest loans, no interest loans, or sometimes straight out grants. Find out more. Silverleaf, of course, for reverse loans. And interest rates are very low, equity's high. If you're 62 or older, you can live off your equity without paying taxes on it, no matter how much you draw out. All you have to do is pay taxes and insurance, and you can even pay that out of loan proceeds. Find out more, silverleafmortgage.com. 720-REVERSE is the number, 720-REVERSE. So let's go back to John. John, this issue with a contractor.
Yes.
Did you just come right out and say, I had damage? Did he have an opportunity to examine it before you got it fixed?
Well, I called him on my way to the body shop with the first vehicle. Then left a message. Then on the way back from dropping off the second vehicle, he returned the phone call.
Well, does he know? No. But did he ever have a chance to look at the vehicles? In other words, Mark asked, how can this guy believe you? What if somebody else just wanted new clear coat and they claim the guy misted their car? How do we know you're not exaggerating? How do we know? In other words, the guy, don't you think he should have had a chance to look at it?
Well, it's not how do we know, it's how do they know.
That's what I meant.
Well, what did he
Yes, I fully understand. Well, the neighbor's pickup was blasted as well. And his vehicle, well, I asked him to come up and take a look at it, because I had both vehicles down there. He's in the Denver area. I'm up north, just south of Fort Collins. He was not interested at all. He did lay claim that he has detail people that can take care of it. Well, I'm fine with that, but my body shop repairman told me if it bakes in the sun, you're just kiss your paint jobs goodbye.
Yeah, but you could have put it in the garage or washed it off or something.
Oh, I did. Well, I don't have a garage, sadly.
Okay.
But I went immediately, ran it through the car wash, and it did nothing.
All I'm trying to say is that I think they owe you, but I don't think they owe you anything that you just well, first of all, you got to prove it, and then they owe it to you. But how do you prove it? Did you take pictures? Okay, not pictures. Do you have people that'll your body shop? Are they going to write a detailed report on it?
Oh, they did.
Then that probably it goes to small claims court, is what I'm thinking. Because really, all this guy has to do is say, Your Honor, here, he's exaggerating. It wasn't that bad, right? Because you don't have evidence right now. You just have the end result. And then what you're going to do is you're going to show the body shop statement.
Yes.
Now,
there was any number of people that saw it prior to it.
And do you have what's the neighbor doing about his vehicle?
Well, he cleaned it off himself for the most part. It's an old vehicle. He wasn't too worried about it till he realized. But I've got pictures of all of it.
All right.
And then the body shop report. Well, the immediate neighbor, both of his vehicles were in. There was no issue with the feller having the work done. It was neighbors on north side and south side of him. We're the ones that got blasted.
Okay, so bottom line is this. You could put, he's not just going to pay you. What did he say when you asked for payment?
Right.
What did he say?
Well, it wasn't me. I told him to go through the body shop. The body shop told me I'll deal with him.
The body shop said that. Well, is the body shop dealing with him?
Well, they tried to, and this feller has changed the name of his company. The immediate neighbor that had the work done, he contacted his insurance company, and I've subsequently talked to them as well.
Oh, you know what? Okay, what does his insurance company say?
Well, they tried to light a fire under him.
Good. So wait, it sounds like they're not ignoring you. Listen, I'm going to have Deputy Doc call just to see if it'll make a difference. But you need to start a small claim. That's what you need to do. You need to start a small claim. I think that will help. But hold on. Deputy Doc will talk to you too. 303-713-TALK. Don't forget to get insurance checkups at least every 3 years. I get one about 2 to 3 years. I saved with an insurance checkup, honest to God, better coverage, and I saved $4,500. This is with the same companies that I have with Compass. They just keep looking for me. Go to Compass Insurance Group to do that, and you'll find an amazing opportunity to save money if you do insurance checkups, or you'll confirm you got a great deal. And that's, here it is, 303-996-9000.
Okay, I'll see you. I gotta go. I'll come back though, or maybe.
Hey, ask him how he sprayed that. He just used, maybe doctor. He just used like a little 2-gallon sprayer, or he used a big.
Available on over 2,000 devices.
I couldn't get it any other time, but
This report
you don't give a shit, right? What's that? You don't care if I come back or not, right? No. Make sure we push ball to Waterman. Give out his. Oh, you got to pick a winner too for him, okay? First contest.
Man, you're deaf. God bless, man.
You got to pick a contest.
You just blew my ears off.
He's got a contest winner, okay? Did you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
You already know who won.
Thank you, guys.
Here, this guy here.
Well, I got to run to the doctor. See
Take care of yourself.
It's good to see you, man.
Okay, actually, I got one in my cabinet. So I just.
All right, guys.
6,000 homeless Denver neighbors have one thing in common: a purpose yet to be realized. The potential to ignored, unnoticed, unseen. But it's not too late when you open your eyes. You open your heart. Learn more at denverunseen.org.
All right, why should you use Ideal Home Loans? I'm going to give you real reasons. One, and I love this one, if rates go down over the next 2 years, they will refi you for free. I don't know any other loan company that'll do it. Second, low rates. They have as low, if not lower rates than all the competition. Credit optimization, this one is key. They're going to help you get that credit score up to get the best rate, and their pre-approval is like shopping with cash. You're not going to beat these folks. Brent Ivinson and the gang, they've been doing it forever. They're a direct lender. If your interest rate now is over 2.5%, you got to call them. It doesn't hurt to call them. If you have high credit card debt, get some of that cash out. Get it down. Instead of paying 18 to 21% on credit card debt, refi, take it out at 2.5%, 3% and pay off the high interest. IdealHomeLoans.com or call them at 303-867-7000, 303-867-7000. Now, a company I really love and I've used numerous times, Mitch Floria, and the art of granite. You know what I love about Mitch? You can actually take some shots of your current kitchen or bathroom, whatever you're looking to remodel. You can send them to him, email them to him. He will give you a quote right over the phone, and I'll tell you what, it's almost exact every time. This is how Suzanne and I did it, and when you're ready to go, that's it. He sends the guys over, they do the measuring, they knock it out. It's a wonderful, easy job. You'll have the best countertops in the neighborhood. TheArtOfGranite.com, TheArtOfGranite.com.
Do you ever go and do the maintenance on
Sign up with
the reverse osmosis?
Absolutely.
Man, is that a pain in the ass changing those out?
Well, it all depends. And listen, if you got the filter housings where you unscrew and pull the filter out, you should rinse that out with low bleach.
Right. No, that's what it says in the thing. That's what I'm saying. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Then you got to go like 3 full times of filling that thing up, because it says there's a
coating on the filter. Yep.
So it takes hours.
Yeah, so what we do is now what we're recommending is RO filters for the housing and filter one. So then you don't have to mess with that. And, because you're exposing the filter to the elements, and so it's really not sterile. I mean, that's,
Oh, there's 3 filters. Mine is.
You should have a 4th one after the pressure tank, though, too. That's kind of like a polisher tank filter, so then if you're, not up to
it didn't come with it. This it came with the house, so it's but it says you're supposed to do it every couple of years. It's
well, if you don't have a water softener, that's the good news. You should do it at least once a year. See, not to sound silly, but you know what hardness does? It coats the filters, then water bounces off. It's not absorbed. So what if you have iron content there too?
I can tell it works. My ice cubes are clear.
It's the membrane that's doing it. The membrane is nanofiltration. That's the middle filter that looks like it's wrapped.
Right. That's the one on the top.
It's wrapped. Yeah.
Otherwise, there's a pre-post. Right. And actually, the post filter didn't look bad. The pre-filter was full of gunk.
Yeah. It's the membrane.
But man, those ice cubes, that's a huge difference.
It is. It's nice and clear. It's nanofiltration. It's the best.
Looks like diamonds. Yeah.
Cooper. Mark, how long have you been writing radio?
20.
I was just curious.
With a lot of shit in between.
Do we do sales?
Really, my whole life, I've always owned my own businesses. I mean, really, that's all I do, sales. If you think about it, it's all you do, right?
Exactly it. I tell people, if you get the wife to go your way, you're a salesperson.
Who was that guy that, with the house? Scott, that's right.
Secure your seat today at 855-918-2181 or allworkfinancial.com/workshop. Denver's talk station. Online at khoup.com.
All right, 303-713-8255.
That is the only number you need. Been ripped off, taken advantage of. Hey, did Ken reach out, Suzanne, to that guy? Why is he not on here anymore, the roof guy? Do you know?
He must be talking to him.
Okay, I had some more questions. Tell Ken I want to talk to him again. I want to know how that stuff was put on, and I think we just call the roofer. I'm glad Ken is, but I think we should get them on the air. I think it's kind of crazy that the guy never even got the ability to look at the damage on the car, and the guy went out and got it fixed, but we've got to dig into that. I don't know who's right on that one. 303-713-8255, 303-Martino. Paul, how do you want to give away? Paul Dowding with Water Pros is in studio with us, and he is going to give away. Now, what did they do? They filled out something at the show, Kind of tell me what's going on here.
So what we do is we offered a free RO giveaway at the Adams County Fair, and we had them fill out registration forms for the contest.
Got it.
And so what we would like you guys to do is pick the winner.
Okay, but it's only going to be from people that filled it out there, not our audience.
Right.
Okay, we'll do that. In fact, we'll do it when we come back after the break. I mean, I think that's the best way to do it. Mr. Dano, you have any updates? What do we got cooking? The moving one, did you ever call that lady? And the one I'm talking about is Elaine, and I believe it's Daryl. Did you ever call them?
I never talked to them. I left
moving.
them a message there, and then the Florida moving, I've left several messages to those guys, never anything.
You know, if you're out and you're looking to move out of state, if you're looking to move in state, there's no doubt that we've got some great people on the referral list. In fact, we need to get Johnson Storage and Moving back on the referral list. They're great. We refer them out all the time. But when you get a bid from these guys, you're going to find out that they're higher. It's simple as that. But these ones that are out of Florida that come in and low bid you, well, you never even get your stuff. That's what happened to these two. They paid about $4,000 or $5,000 down. The entire job was supposed to be $7,000 or $8,000. And what happened? Well, I'll tell you what happened. They get a call saying you got to spend more money or else you're not getting your stuff. And the one thing all of them, and I mean every single one of them, have in common is they're based out of Florida. And for the life of me, I can't understand why just Florida. Now, I did read something saying they deregulated something back in the 90s. So, I mean, we're talking 10, 20 years ago that created a lot of these bad companies going there. But it seems like the moving industry is the number one ripoff if it's out of Florida. In fact, I don't think I've ever had one. I mean, can you think of one that wasn't out of Florida? I can't, Dan. Not one single one.
You might have had some issues with a little local mover.
No, but I mean the old just screw it to them.
Right.
The switcheroo or whatever you want to call it. The other one I want to try to get an update on over the break, I'm going to text the guy, is the guy with the house. So this guy spent $290,000 with, what was his name? What did I call him?
Terry Thong?
Terry.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Terry Thong. Yeah, so he spent with this builder, Terry Thong, who, by the way, is actually in some legal trouble with the community up in the mountains. I'm not sure where that is. I'll try to look into that as well. But he spent $290,000, and he called us up, and he virtually didn't have anything but a foundation up in Granby at that period of time. Since then, we got some police involved. In fact, a really nice detective up there in Tri-County. And he called Terry up directly and spoke to him. And since then, the good news is, as far as I knew about 2 weeks ago, half of the house, and what I mean by that is it's a modular house. So half of the house was moved up about 2.5 weeks ago. I'm hoping the other part was. So that'll make this guy a little more whole, but he's still got a long way to go. You still got to take both sides of this modular. You got to put them together, and then you got to basically finish the house. You got to do the roof. You got to do everything else to it to make it actually look good. So I will try to get an update on that one during the break. The guy's pretty good at texting me back. The other one we're working on, check this one out. This poor woman whose niece swindled her out of $191,000. I was going to follow up with the DA's office tomorrow on that one. That's a very interesting one. She actually provided, the niece that is, provided us with information, or she actually gave it to her aunt, but she provided it to her aunt who gave it to us that basically proves she snookered her out of it. She gave a phony title sheet, 100% phony. This thing had loans made up on it to the tune of $125,000. So she has her aunt sign a quitclaim deed. The aunt thinks that she's going to get all the proceeds from the sale. And the reason she had her sign it is because the aunt couldn't qualify for a refinance. So she convinced the aunt, quit claim it to me. I should be able to get it refied if it's under my name. Well, that never happened. What she did is she put it up for sale. Then she gave phony paperwork to her aunt saying, hey, there was like $350,000 worth of loans on it, and it simply wasn't true. There wasn't. There was only X amount, and the difference was about $191,000. So she leaves the title company with a check made out to her for $191,000 and gives her aunt, you ready for this one? $3,000. That's all the aunt got. She lived there for 20-plus years with her mom before her mom passed. It's just a horrible deal. But we're going to try to get an update on that as well. Deputy Doc, did you talk to this guy, or what did you find out with this linseed oil? And for the life of me, why would anybody, if there's any roofers out there, maybe we can ask Jay Bretz, why would you put linseed oil and turpentine on a roof, on a shake roof? I thought turpentine was highly flammable. Why would they do that?
I'm not a roofer, so I don't know, but I left a message. Here's the thing. It was originally one company. He changed the name of the company, but he still has the same phone number.
So it's the same roofer.
No, this is the general contractor who hired the roofers.
Oh, man.
So I left a message for him to call.
What's his name?
His name is Mike Gorman.
All right.
And I will let you know as soon as I hear from him.
Yeah, I'd like to see what's going on there. And maybe we can get Jay Bretz on, because for the life of me, I can't figure out why you would put turpentine on a roof. All right, if you've been ripped off or taken advantage of, you need some help, now is the time to call 303-MARTINO, 303-713-8255. That is the number you need. We'll be back right after this.
Yeah, I think we need to speak to Rupert and see, maybe if you make a small amount of turpentine.
You know where the elevators are?
I have no idea.
Yeah, okay, go back there, just, when you get out the elevator, just go right, it's right. Okay. So the reason that, some YouTuber said that, the reason they do that is to thin it and it absorbs better. And so I put turpentine in there.
Oh, it thins out the
Thins
linseed
it and
oil.
absorbs better into the dry wood, I guess. That makes sense. But still, how do you spray it? I mean, you should spray it like a little 2-gallon thing, you know, and not, he said it like fogged it. So I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Well, if this guy calls me back, I will let you guys know.
Let me see if I can get this Scott guy.
You know, here's another thing on that stuff. You're not supposed to walk on those shake roofs, because you walk, you know, they just crumble.
Well, maybe that's why they use the sprayer from a distance.
Yep,
because you can't walk on a shake roof.
I'm sure that's why they did it. It's quicker and.
You know, there's always more than one
But
thing
it's
going
still
on.
not a good thing to do that.
I don't disagree with you.
Well, you sound like you're disagreeing, Doc.
You're disagreeing.
No, I'm agreeing with you totally on why they would walk on a shake roof. I mean, I hate to admit it, but I agree with you.
Have you ever walked on one? I had one in California. It's just like.
I have a policy. I don't walk on roofs.
What do you mean you walked on what in California?
Shake roof.
Okay. So when my parents had one on a real steep one, we put on our golf cleats and run up and fucking down it. Stick to it like butter.
You run up?
Like butter.
Was it really, where was it at?
Oklahoma.
Okay, so it's not real dry. You get these dry climates, they just crack.
No, these wouldn't crack like that. I'm sure they would if it was dry, but. Now, of course, my parents didn't know it, and we were just stupid middle school kids, so. All right, let me see if I got this guy's shit. Now, why?
I had a great weekend. I won $10 at golf, $25 playing blackjack while I was waiting for my poker table, and $600 at poker.
Ooh,
which is just Texas. Oh, I was telling you the other day, so I played 6 hours.
Yeah.
High-low, Omaha, but it was 4-8. So you couldn't even if you had, you just...
Right. It's a totally different game.
They didn't have a pot limit nor a no limit. But anyhow, I paid 5-6 hours, man. I made $34.
This is...
Well, you got to come up with...
No, when I was in Vegas.
You got to come up with me one night to the Monarch.
I'll go up. We'll do it. I haven't played... I'll tell you what I'd like is an Omaha high-low pot limit up there, but it's always Hold'em up there.
No, on Tuesday and Fridays, they have my friend organizes a high-low PLO game.
What is it?
An Omaha PLO game.
God, I can't find this guy's freaking,
So we should go up after the show one day and play a new game.
Yeah, we'll do it. What days did you say?
Tuesday and Friday, I think. Or Tuesday.
Fridays will never work, but Thursday.
Yeah, Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
Go up after the show.
I usually play racquetball and shit.
Well, not every Tuesday.
What time do you usually go up?
I haven't been going up because I do. Cause I play golf on Tuesdays. But once golf is ending, Labor Day. So anytime after Labor Day, Tuesdays will be perfect. Go up after the show.
303. Okay, I got it. I found it.
Paul, you a poker player?
Yes.
Are you?
Yeah.
You been up to the Monarch at all?
No, I haven't.
Have you been up to Central?
I've been up there, yeah.
Let me tell you, the Monarch, they did a bang-up job with their poker room. Beautiful tables. They have it. It's a separate room, so you're not near the rest of the casino. It's one flight down. They've got a nice bar so you can get, coffee and soft drinks. They come around, food, they'll bring food to your table. They have massages. They have, the girls that get you free drinks. It's a great setup.
All right, I found them here. Anything new? Let me just call them real quick.
Did you ever play the Ameristar? Well, that was the.
I've never played. I played with friends. I never played.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I tried one time when Texas Hold'em was really big.
Yeah, it still is.
Yeah, it was a huge table, and so it's kind of like just no luck.
Hey, Scott, Mark, how are you, man?
Yeah, I've been going up.
Hey, did you get the other half up or any news?
I love playing poker.
Yeah, poker's fun. Went to Vegas and played 20 blackjack.
But it's up there.
That's a killer. How the dealers
cool.
Say again? Played blackjack in Vegas. That's just a killer. I don't know how the dealers get so doggone.
Well, because the odds are with the house.
Well, they got 3 decks they're playing with too, and they're just insane.
Now it's up to 6 decks they play with. So it really makes it hard.
Now, why wouldn't you just bring it right to the lot? That doesn't make sense to me. Because you need to crane at the lot or something?
Because you're max lines. So you're
what's that detective's name?
The video poker machine. Everybody has video poker now. Or the video games that you have.
Right.
Like,
so he's been on it like Blue Bonnet, man. I like that.
Yeah, I've never done anything in casino except poker because, if you think about it, it's the only thing where the house doesn't have an advantage. Because the house doesn't care.
And who's,
I
talked to him. Who's he? Who was he with? I called up the DA, and the DA ended up getting him out there, right?
They take $7 max. So, the house really doesn't care who wins or loses.
Hey, where is it? We were just up there twice.
If you think about it,
we were up at, we took our coach up to, whatever that
right,
is.
so there really is no house event. You're playing against the other players.
Yeah, River Run. So if I'm moving from Grand Lake to Granby,
they have the advantage.
Are you off of that stretch of road right there, or are you in between Granby and Grand Lake? I wanted to stop and see where it is. I just didn't. When we're in that.
Dan, you want to come up and play some poker with us?
I've only played poker in there one time in Vegas. I mean, did okay and stuff, but I mean, it's.
We should get a game going. You, me,
behind it.
Oh, I played
Tom, Mark.
Yeah, I get Tom in there too.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd be a good poker player.
See,
I know. Okay, I can picture.
If I sat down with you and played poker for an hour, then
kind of on the ridge, if you will.
You can win.
Very cool.
Oh yeah, you probably win in the long run.
But if I sat down with you for 4 or 5 hours, I have all your money.
I don't know.
I guarantee.
I know exactly. Now, what connection does he have with the cement?
Well, heads up.
All right, I gotta go. Thanks, man. Bye. That's a good. Well, it's kind of a good update.
What's that?
Terry Thong.
Oh.
Terry Thong.
Yeah,
what's his real name, damn it?
It's Terry, isn't it?
It's not Thong, though, is it?
Thong, Thon. Did he actually go to the house?
I'll tell you here.
All right. He's teasing us.
We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
All right, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. It's the only show of its kind. We're here to solve problems, answer questions, take your complaints, go after the bad guys. That's what I enjoy doing more than anything else. In fact, I got an update. You can judge whether or not it's good for yourself. It's going to do with Terry Thom, or I'd like to call him Harry Thong, and it's going to be very interesting. I just got off the phone, literally, with the caller, Scott, but we'll get there in a minute. Meantime, Rodney and Ronald, I promise I'll get to the phones very quick, but if you have been ripped off, if you have been taken advantage of, or if you just want to spread a little love, feel free to call 303-713-8255. Paul Dowding with me in studio. He's with Water Pros. We're going to be giving away. Hey, are you going to have phone numbers so we can call up and tell them they won? Yeah. That part I look forward to. So we're going to pick one over the break, over the next break. And what we're talking about is Paul had a bunch of people at the Adams County Fairground.
Yep, Adams County Fair.
Fill out, name, phone number for a free water system. That Water Pros, you're going to go out and install it for free, the whole bit. Now, is this a whole house or point of use?
Point of use.
Sweet. So same thing Martino's got in his kitchen.
Right, same thing.
You know, after he got that, he started, I'm one of these bottled water guys because I like bottled water. I don't know why. You know why? Because I'm used to it. You go into the fridge, it's right there. But remember, Dan, he quit buying bottled water after he got that damn thing. Yeah. That's crap. You caused him to quit buying bottled water.
We saved the ocean.
I guess so. Okay, let me tell you this update real quick. So this guy, I'll recap very quickly, but Terry Thom, he sold this guy, Scott, a $290,000 house. Now, it's a modular house. He built it somewhere out in Colorado Springs, I think Fountain. No, I think so. That doesn't matter. So he had to transport him up there. This all went down well over 2 years ago. So Scott finally calls us up because there's been no action. The only thing this guy did, according to Scott, was a foundation. And the foundation was so bad it had to be redone. So out of that $290,000 in the original contract, the foundation equaled maybe $30,000. By the time it had to be redone to pass code and just done correctly, it was like $70,000, $80,000. But meantime, he's given him $290,000. Nothing has been brought up there. Nothing at all. He called us up. We got involved. I reached out to a DA for Tri-County. This is up in Grand County. So when I say Tri-County, it's not the one we're used to down here, Douglas, Arapahoe, whatever it is. It's Tri-County up in the mountains. So I got a hold of the DA, and the DA, like a lot of people, said, well, this sounds like a civil matter. But anyhow, this guy actually got really involved. So I got to hand it to Grand County. He sent out a detective that works for Grand County Sheriff's Department. And I got to give a heads up and just a high five to Dave Miller up there. He is a detective. He has been dealing with this personally. He'll actually call Terry up. He warned Terry that he could be arrested. They could seek charges under the Contractors Trust Act and other things. I mean, the guy took $290,000, and arguably he admitted that he spent the money on some other projects. This guy is also in trouble with a town up there. I think it's Lake County. He was supposed to build a firehouse for him, screwed the whole thing up, ironically enough, screwed up the foundation. They backed out of the deal. They went after his performance bond, and if the performance bond doesn't pay, I think they're going to take legal action or criminal action on him. That's my understanding, at least. So I just got an update. So after 2.5 years, I can say, and thank you, Dave Miller, that detective, he has gotten both parts of that house up. The second part of the house was brought up over the weekend. The first part of the house, it's in 2 sections, was brought up about 2.5 weeks ago. So after Scott called us, I can say this thing did get moving slowly but surely. Now the problem is they're sitting at the cement factory up there it's basically in Granby. I've seen it before. So both pieces are sitting there, not actually on the foundation. We think he needs to rent a crane in order to actually put them on the foundation properly. I mean, he definitely needs a crane, but what I can't figure out is why he didn't just put them up there on the lot. I'm assuming because of the way the lot's drawn, he's probably got to have the crane bring them directly off the truck onto the crane, over onto the foundation. He's got a lot to go. I mean, a lot to go. I'd say out of the 290,000, this guy's probably seen $120,000 so far. So we're going to keep following that, and hopefully we get this one done. 303-713-8255. Rodney, what's going on with you?
Hello.
What's up, Rodney?
Well, I just was give you a warning on a scam that Norton put on my computer, all of their Norton scam stuff.
Yeah.
And then they sent me an email that they were charging me $222. And so I said, no, you're not charging me $222. I'm talking to the guy. And he says, well, we'll take it off your computer and refund the money to you. And I said, okay, that's fine. He says, well, go ahead and tell him you want to have $300. And I want your banking information.
Hey, Rodney, you've got me a little confused. How did Norton get on your device to begin with?
That's a good question. I did not order it. They just put it on there, and they were on my computer with their cursor. And
oh my God, Rodney, where did you leave this? You're making me very nervous here. They were literally operating your computer remotely, correct?
Remotely, and I did not give them permission.
I don't think this has anything to do with Norton. What have you done since then, Rodney? Have you reformatted? Have you done anything?
I just dropped it off at the Geek Squad at Best Buy. And what happened was when I wouldn't give him my banking information, he put a PIN number on my computer.
Oh.
Then he had a phone number, so I called him back, and he says, well, if I can't get your banking information to refund this money to you, you're never going to get into your computer again.
And he did. He actually put a code on there, didn't he?
He put a PIN number on there.
So what did the Geek Squad tell you? They're just going to probably reformat it, I hope.
They're gonna be able to take the PIN number off and take care of it, whatever. And
yeah, you got to make sure, and I'm sure the Geek Squad will handle this. But that's pretty scary stuff, man. Because when he has access like that, not only did they lock you out, which sucks, but the other part to this is any document you have with passwords or PIN codes for your bank or social security numbers, credit card account numbers. Anything that was on that computer, that guy had access to. If I were you, and I'm not kidding, Rodney, I would get a fraud alert out on your credit. It's 100% free. In fact, I think if you put it on one, it automatically shows up on all three.
Can I have the number?
Hold on, he was going to say something. Go ahead. Go ahead, Rodney.
I just did that.
Excellent.
And also I'm calling the FBI.
Yeah, that's it, man. They got you. Good. It's something else you might want to do when you get it back. There is this thing called SaferNet, and you can do it for free, and it's only $2 or $3 a month. We do advertising for them. But I finally, after a long time, put it on my phone. It is incredible. It is 100% incredible. I don't notice any difference either. It's been on my phone. In fact, I haven't talked about this with anybody. It's been on my phone for almost 2 weeks now, and it works, man. It'll even show you when people are trying to, basically hack your information or get into your phone. But when you get your computer back, go to safernet.com and put in promo code TOM, and it's 100% free for like 44 or 45 days.
44 days.
Yeah, 44 days, and you can get used to it. The dashboard is absolutely incredible. But, man, I'm glad you got that thing handled. That's bad news, man. I wonder where it came from, Rodney, and I'm glad you got it taken care of before you were hit hard, man.
So, Mark, how do you think he got control of the computer? This makes no sense.
I have no idea. Somehow, no offense, Rodney, somehow you gave him control of it, somehow.
No, I didn't.
Well,
I did not give
then how did it happen?
What was surprising.
Hold on. Okay, you know what? I want other people to learn from this. Hold tight. Hold on. We got to take this quick break. 303-MARTINO, 303-713-8255. And Ronald says he's got the answer to turpentine. Everybody hold tight.
Answer to turpentine.
I got a bill for it on my credit card. What is it? And I called them up, and it actually was Norton, and they took it off.
Oh, I guess. Oh, come on.
This is, I have no idea how they could have.
He had to click on some URL.
Yeah, it's just, he did something.
I want a spot in between the spots, please.
You got to let them know.
All right, Granite Liquidators. You know what I love about this? Wholesale to the public. Now, a lot of people say that. Let's face it, there's a ton of commercials out there, wholesale to the public. These guys are the real deal. You can actually price them with anybody else selling granite, marble, quartz. All the slabs are sold directly to the public and to the contractors as well, all at a wholesale price. No one's going to pay different prices. It legitimately is wholesale. Then you go out and you find a great fabricator to come in and cut it and do everything else, like Mitch Fleury at The Art of Granite. There's different people you can hire to put it in, but if you want the absolute best price, and this goes for all you contractors out there and fabricators, if you want the best price, you want to check out Granite Liquidators. The amount of inventory they have is absolutely vast in breadth, and it's vast in depth. You have to check them out. 5075 Tabor Street in Wheat Ridge. It's worth the drive. 303-835-9745, or the easiest way to check them out is go to graniteliquidators.com. You can see everything right there, graniteliquidators.com. Who's the next spot? Dan. Dan, who's my next spot? It's on there. Granite Liquidators and who?
Mile High.
Thank you. Which, of course, is never Mile High.
Like Harris.
I love that. There we go.
It's a 30.
Thanks, sir.
You guys got a lot going on.
What's that?
You got a lot going on.
Yeah, it's just a switch over. If I'm here the whole show, I got everything lined up.
I was going to give out a number for Fort Alert.
We'll do it.
Okay.
And it's true, you just put it on one, right?
I'm looking back with facts. They will call TransUnion and Experian.
And they'll send you a postcard.
Well, what they do.
Oh, saying they locked it.
Saying they did it.
And they give you, they send you a letter with a PIN number.
All right, summary of services. Why am I saying that? Because this is everything Blake Harris does. I've used Blake personally. He did a trust for us, for Suzanne and myself, but even if it's a simple will, a trust, a power of attorney, how about medical directives? Really, if you're getting older, if you ever thought about whether you want the plug pulled or not, and I'm not kidding, there's a lot of thought to be given to when you pass and where you want your assets to go. You want to protect your legacy no matter what. But this guy can help you with the tax compliance part of it, just all the transactions, the trust, you name it, this guy can do it. His name is Blake Harris, and I'm just going to give you his phone number, 833-ASK-BLAKE, and his pricing is unbelievable, too. It's flat rate. I talked to him, what I was looking for, he gave us the best options to achieve it, and he gave us one flat rate for doing it, and he'll do that for you. 833-ASK-BLAKE, 833-ASK-BLAKE.
You can even click on URL.
Hey, put up the next spot so I have them, please. What were you saying, Dan?
You can just click on a URL and they can get access.
It's possible. If you have any, even if you have just an updated version of Windows with Windows Defender, that wouldn't happen.
Double checking what you can see on your screen. Can I see your call screener?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you see Steve the painter's there and all that. Okay,
Yeah.
just wanted to be sure.
Was he going to talk about the linseed oil?
Yeah, I guess so. He heard it on my phone. My watch thinks I'm talking to him.
Who was that guy that just drank water guy?
Oh, that's Dolce, Tom's daughter.
Oh, cool.
She just, when Mark brought up bottled water, she's like, I can't drink anything but Water Pro water now when I met my dad. She goes, I can't even drink bottled water. She heard you. That's why she told me that. She's like, it is so good. So, anyway. Then she's got to go home and have non-Water Pro water.
Thank you.
Look at you. Look who's drinking bottled water.
I thought you guys had. How come you don't have water for water here?
Because we like lead. We have a shaker of lead.
Push hair on her chest. That's what it does. That's why we do it.
Nothing like calcium.
So your whole house filtration, is that reverse osmosis?
No. No. It's nanofiltration.
How often do you got to swap them filters?
Once a year, if you don't have a softener. If you have a softener, they last 3 to 5.
Hey, have you read about the graphene reverse osmosis?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you know what graphene is? Mm-hmm. Graphene is a thin monolayer of carbon. Mm-hmm. And apparently, if you take that thin monolayer of carbon and interlace it with, I forget what other material, you have a very, very thin membrane. And because of the molecular structure, it takes 1/5 to 1/10 to 1/10 of the energy to reverse osmosis it because of the way that the
is it commercial, Doc? Graphene? That's pretty expensive to.
Well, no, they're making it a lot cheaper, and the amount of energy that it takes.
All right, 303-713-8255. 303-713-8255. Once again, SaferNet, since it was brought up. Promo code time. Just try it. I resisted it forever. I put it on my phone about 2 weeks ago. It is incredible. The dashboard part is incredible. If you have younger kids, you can set anything you can imagine. Just imagine if you had control over their phone, what that control would be, and SaferNet has it built in. That's how crazy it is. SaferNet.com, and like I said, it's free for 45 days or 44. So, and then after that, if you want to continue using it, and it's a full-blown trial. It's not some kind of, you only get to use half of it. You get every part of it. You get just every part of it. Just check it out. Promo code Tom, SaferNet.com. I can't say any more about it. Now, scumbags. Why do I say scumbags? And I'm sorry, I'm going to go right back to the phone. But I'm sitting up there looking at Cuomo on CNN. Yeah, I'm going to get a little political here just for a second. How does this guy grope 10, 11 women, whatever it is? He says he didn't do anything right. In fact, he says basically, oh, I'm old school. I guess all us old schoolers grab ass and stuff like that. Whatever he's trying to say sounds like a line of crap. But this is the same guy that when it came to Kavanaugh, okay, getting elected to the Supreme Court, well, guess what happened there? I mean,
you got to believe the women. That's what he said.
You got to believe the women, but no. So I've got a bunch of relatives in upstate New York, Albany, probably the most liberal people I know, literally the most liberal, and they're all full of crap, so I have to say that. Every one of them, not one of their vile-ass attitudes that I see on Facebook when it came to Trump, not one of them, not Margaret, not Charlene, not one of these people, they were so vile when it came to Trump, nothing about Cuomo, not a damn thing. It's mind-blowing to me. They're all so two-faced, I can't believe it. And that goes for most liberals, and you know what? It goes for a hell of a lot of conservatives, too.
It's that Trump derangement syndrome.
It's insane. We were just watching something over the weekend. It was raining up in Granby, so we were watching a lot of TV. And, you know, I don't even want to get into it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, Rodney, I want to go back to this real quick. I want to know how these guys or this person did get access to your computer. So at some point, you must have clicked on a link or have done something. What happened so other people don't do it, Rodney?
Well, all I did was when I turned my computer on,
yep,
I noticed that I had Norton on there.
Okay.
I did not order Norton because I have another service that I use for my virus.
And then the other service apparently sucks, by the way, because it didn't work. You know what I'm saying?
I know it. But anyway, what happened was that when I went to it, then I had an email that my bank has been charged $222.
Did you call your bank up?
And so after I talked to the guy and told him I wasn't going to do that, I called the bank.
Yeah.
They had not deducted any money from my account.
Yeah, it was a total scam from the beginning. You just okey-doked. It had nothing to do with Norton. You realize that, right?
No, it was not a Norton. It was a scam of Norton.
Yep, total scam. And I guess that is a big one right now. I'm curious how the software originally got on there. You either clicked at something in a phishing scheme in an email. You did something. It didn't just appear.
It just appeared.
Well, things don't just appear. Honest to God, Rodney, I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but things don't just appear. If you had SaferNet or even the real Norton on there, it wouldn't have just appeared.
I know that.
Okay, good.
But it did. It did. You know, I may be old. I'm 83, but I'm not stupid.
I'll tell you what. You sound chipper. You sound chipper for 83. I think that's good, right?
That's fantastic.
What's your secret? Like, what's your secret? Usually when you ask people, it's like, hey, I had a beer a day, or I ate a Big Mac every hour. What's your secret? 83, and you sound young.
Is he elderly?
You sound vibrant.
Is he elderly?
I would have never described him as elderly based on his voice. Ever. I wouldn't have.
No, I'm asking if he thinks he's
what's this passing stuff you're talking about?
Passing. Yeah, it means when you die.
Oh, that... no, I'm not going to die. Anyway.
I like that. Things just appear and he's not going to die. That's an attitude. Maybe that's the whole attitude to stay young. I just refuse to die. I ain't going there. Forget it.
Yeah, I refuse to die. It's not my thing.
Are you in good health, Rodney?
I'm in good health. I've been through non-Hodgkin's lymphoma 5 years ago.
Wow.
And I run 4 companies. And I keep busy.
Hey, Rodney, if only we could die young, you must be pretty evil.
You know what? It's interesting. I think staying busy is one of the main things.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
Yeah, just staying busy. All right, Rodney, I appreciate it. I'm glad you got that computer handled.
Let other people know if they hit this thing from Norton.
Yeah.
Don't do anything with it. And the thing of it is they were trying to, I said I want that off of my computer, and
you should have never called. Never call any message that pops up on your computer. Never do it.
Yeah. So anyway,
while we're on the subject,
all right, Rodney.
Let me tell people about these fraud alerts. It's a really good thing to have.
Go. Oh, okay. So what we're talking about, Doc's going to give you a number. You can put a fraud alert on your credit report, and here's how it works. He'll give you all the details, but basically if there's a fraud alert and you go, let's say, to buy a car or fill out an application for a credit card, they have to contact you and verify it's you before that account will ever be opened up. That's what a fraud alert is. Doc?
Okay, so I'm going to give you the number for Equifax. It's 800-525-6285. 800-525-6285.
And if you put it on Equifax,
they will call TransUnion and Experian. They will ask you some questions, and then they will send you a letter in the mail confirming that it really was Equifax and give you a PIN number. So as Mark said, if anybody goes to do any of those things, they will be asked to supply a PIN number, and since you're the only one that has that PIN number, you will not be able to be defrauded in that way.
And by the way,
free service. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah, and by the way, the other thing you can do right now, if you haven't pulled your credit report for a while, that's numero uno. You want to figure out if at least once a year you should do it. But right now you can actually do it for free once a week. Now you can go to, I'll give the website out afterwards. I think it's not Free Credit Report. One of them charges you. I want to give out the right one that the feds say to use. But you can pull your credit report from all 3 bureaus 100% for free weekly ever since COVID kicked in and all these issues have been popping up. So that's it. I would definitely pull it. And it'll just ask you basic questions. If you've never done it, don't be intimidated by it. They'll say, okay, which one of these addresses, this is to verify it's you, which one of these addresses have you lived at? And you'll see one of your former addresses, or you'll see none of the above. You ask different questions or answer different questions, and you'll find out. Simple as that. Now, Steve the Painter has a comment on turpentine. We had a caller call in. And basically this guy said, hey, my neighbor was getting his roof done. He had a shake roof, and they sprayed linseed oil with turpentine on the roof afterwards, and it got in my car, and it ate through the clear coat. So I went out and got the clear coat redone. I called up the contractor, and basically he's saying that he doesn't want to pay for it. So we're working on that. But, Steve, what is your comment on that?
I'm not sure about that car, but I will tell you that's old school. That goes back to the 80s that we used to do that. Spray those shakes with the linseed, log oil, and turpentine. I talked to a roofer later in the 80s, and he said, don't ever do that because it eats the felt paper.
Oh, underneath it, yeah, because it can saturate right through the shingle.
Yeah, it goes right through the shingles, and then it starts eating that little tar paper, that paper in that. Now you have no water protection. Your house will start leaking.
How about a little bit of turpentine mixed in with that linseed, though? If that got on someone's car, if they're spraying it on the roof, would that eat right through the clear coat?
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, it seems like it seems.
Because he's a body man.
I mean, if he sprayed it like directly on or something, but I just don't see it that quickly eating through the clear coat. But the guy said it did. I don't know why he'd lie about it. I mean, unless if he wanted a new clear coat and he's just been waiting for the opportunity. Hey, Steve the painter on our referral list at referrallist.com. This guy does a bang-up job. I'm not kidding. He's been out to our house multiple times. He redid our entire garage, and then the touch-up job you guys did, he matched paint perfectly, did touch-up on the ceiling. You can't tell where the touch-up was done. I mean, they just do a phenomenal job. Steve the painter, Star Quality Painting, 303-948-8765. Great guy. In fact, everybody on a referral list are great. All right, we got some open lines. Ronald, I promise you're next. 303-713-8255. You need some advice, been ripped off. You got a vengeance. I want to hear it.
Hey, Mark, didn't he say if it gets baked on, it will eat through?
Oh, on Get Found.
That's what he said. It was
right. But it has to be baked on. That's why he wanted to do it right away. That's what the body man said. Right. So it wasn't... It wasn't that just by putting it on. In other words, if you left it out in the sun, it would eat through the clear coat.
I can see the turpentine.
He's released. New York City robber hits 2 banks after he's released.
Wonder how much can you steal from a bank without them writing you a ticket?
10,000.
But if you're in San Francisco, you can take $900 worth of stuff.
$990.
And not get caught. People
Okay, hold on, guys.
Susie Warden here. In addition to supporting Denver Zoo conservation programs, Lifetime Windows and Siding makes donations to Food Bank of the Rockies, helping feed our neighbors in need. To show the local commitment, Lifetime is offering 25% off. Call 1-800-NEW-VIEW.
Imagine if you could offset your mortgage balance with whatever money you have saved up. Let's say your mortgage is $100,000 and you have $100,000 in your savings account. Well, guess what? You would have no mortgage if you had this product that Kurt Rogers, he owns Affordable Interest Mortgage. He actually has this. In fact, Deputy Dan has this exact same product. It's very cool. Let me explain it. Whatever you have in the bank offsets whatever you owe on your mortgage. It's virtually paid off when it's set up. The good news is that money is accessible at any time. Let's say you have a line of credit. It's basically a first line of credit on your house. So right now, if you owe $100,000 on your house and your house is worth $500,000, you'd probably have a $400,000 line of credit with $100,000 out. If you could offset that with a savings account or checking account, you would have zero mortgage payment. You'd be paying zero interest, and if you ever need the money, it's right there. It's liquid. You can get in there. You can pay off credit card debt. You can do whatever you want with it. And the best part, you ready for this? It's not compounded interest. It's simple interest. There's a calculator on his site where you can put in the numbers and see exactly how much you're going to be saving over any period of time, 1 year, 10 years, whatever it is. Check it out, aimmortgage.net, AIMmortgage.net, aimmortgage.net. Now, get found fast. What does that mean? That means if you own a business like Paul the Waterman here, and he wants waterpros.net, his website, to be found, he goes to these guys. In fact, Paul, I'm going to suggest you do it, at least for their free consultation. They're going to pull it up. They're going to show you what your competition's doing. They're going to show you the different keywords, according to Google and Yahoo and Bing, that people are getting driven to your site. They're going to show you where your competition outranks you and where you outrank your competition. And it's all 100% for free, and it's for anybody out there with a business website. You go to getfoundfast.com and just set it up. We use them for referrallist.com. We use them for 303 Consumer. They're great people. Do it now. It's free. It's not high pressure. Getfoundfast.com. Have you ever called them?
Yeah. I called and talked to him.
Did you do the webinar?
Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
The upfront, I'm old school, and and it's just the upfront cost of me doing it myself.
How much was it?
More than like $2,500.
Yeah, that's about it. I
Is
mean,
that for the webpage?
that's
and-
about what a
and the
campaign is for
SEO?
anything.
Yeah, campaign, $2,500. Yeah,
For the SEO and that.
yeah, just for the pay per click. So
Yeah, that's what whatever product they're selling you, that's what you're getting.
yeah, it's a pay per click.
Well, they also do Facebook, pay per click. What's the other one they do?
So what
They do another. I think they call it Rebound.
So the thing that I'm trying to emulate, Chuck the Waterman, when he never paid a pay per click campaign. It was some news blog. So with what you guys do, if people go to my website, it helps the ranking. So then eventually,
Naturally it helps.
Yeah,
Big time.
So you don't have to.
We've got people. I'm trying to think of we've got people. If you Google their business name, their referral listing comes up here. In fact, I'll do Water Pros. Water Pros, Denver. I can't spell water right. There we go.
It comes up.
We're number 4 down. So your listing with us is number 4 down. Your Yelp is right here. Home Advisor, because they buy every damn thing we do, is right there.
Right.
And then yours. That's good, though. Yours came up first. There's some companies I'll put in there. Our listing for them will come up, but their own website you don't even see on the first page.
So that's what I've been focusing on, is trying to drive up the organic. So then with advertising dollars and budget, I'd love to It's not exact science, I would say that.
No, but they are good. I'll tell you, they brought referral lists way up. Way up.
And they do know their SEO, boy. They do know.
No, I know. I talked to the kid. He wanted. So here's the thing. They don't understand your industry, and so he wanted me to focus on Denver. But the problem water isn't in Denver. The problem water is in Adams County, part of Arapahoe and Douglas.
Got it.
Right. So if he wanted me to throw money in Denver, where there's parts of Denver where the water isn't bad.
Right.
And so it's kind of like that was the only thing.
Don't you think this lead issue is way overblown?
No, it's just old infrastructure.
No, it is. Yeah. Lead pipes. The water hasn't changed though.
No, but chlorine. What's happening is the chlorine, and then if you go to older homes that have lead solder, that's the other factor.
Well, don't you take on what we're talking about here? It's not the infrastructure from the sanitary system, right?
Right.
It's the home.
It's the home.
So if you did PEX, if you brought in new stuff, you would handle it that way.
Well,
right?
and then if you take the chlorine out, then you don't have an issue, right? I mean, that's the easiest thing. It's put in a.
Didn't you say that what they did in hold on.
Flint?
All right, 303-713-8255.
303 Martino, you've been ripped off, taken advantage of. Have any questions? You want to know about any updates, too? I'm happy to tell you what's going on with them. Paul, the water guy, I was just going to ask you during the break, and Ronald, I'll go right to you after this, but I think it was in Detroit, the really bad water system. Flint, Michigan.
Right.
So something with Flint, I heard that they added something to the water that created their own issue. Is that correct?
You're right. What can happen is that high levels of chlorine in older homes, they use lead solder, and so that would basically create an issue of lead in the drinking water. So it was in each individual building, the schools, old schools, lead pipe, or lead solder.
So when they added more chlorine to their mix, if you will, it created this issue.
Absolutely.
So how did they ultimately handle that problem in Flint? I mean, is it even handled, or are they still boiling water?
I don't know what it's handled, but I know reading in the publications is it's adding, carbon filtration. You want to add a minimum of a 4-inch by 20-inch housing because it'll filter, but it won't impede your water flow rate. That's a lot of issues.
But wait. So once again in Flint, the actual problem wasn't with the water supply. It was when that water supply hit the lead that was in people's homes.
Right.
Okay. So there was nothing really the city could do unless they were going to replace everything in there or take the chlorine or the chemical creating this out of the water, which you can't do, right?
Right.
Because the chlorine is what keeps us safe when we drink it?
It's a sanitizer.
You have to have something.
Right.
Okay,
the sanitizer what kills the bacteria.
So what's the deal in Denver now? We just saw something on 4/7 News with lead in Denver. Is it the same thing? Is it the older homes with the lead pipes?
Older homes and older infrastructure. Denver is replacing, neighborhood, and they can't do it all at once, but they're slowly, progressively replacing the water main feeds, and then a lot of these older homes are getting rebuilt, and then the galvanized pipe is being replaced by either copper or PEX.
Got it. All right, and that's another reason we hear those commercials all the time, even on this station. Get your whole house redone with Plex, or what is it called?
PEX.
PEX, which is basically a rubber hose, right? Or plastic or silicone, whatever it is.
Yep.
All right, 303-713-8255. We are going to pick a winner who gets the free water system from Water Pros. In fact, you have a list. How do you want to do it while I'm thinking about it? How many people are on here?
We got, I think...
Hey, how about this? Dan Miller. Hey, wait, I'm on here too. No, these are, okay, so we're going to go through just randomly pick one.
Random pick one, yeah. Just pick one out. And
then we'll call them, and so let's tell them right on air that they won.
Absolutely, that'd be great.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. In fact, Suzanne, I'll let you come in and just pick one, and then we'll call them, and let's try to get them on. If they don't answer, can we go to the next?
Absolutely. Maybe
that's what we do. That would suck. And then I'll leave a message for the people didn't answer saying, oh man, this message is really going to bum you out, but you almost won a water system if you picked up. But since you didn't, we have to call the next people. That'd be a little ruthless, but I kind of like it. Hey, Ronald, you say you know why these roofers use turpentine with linseed oil on these shake roofs. What is it, Ronald?
Yeah. Hello, you hear me all right?
I got you, man. You sound old school.
Yeah. I am. I'm 72.
Okay. So I assume at some point you use turpentine and linseed.
Linseed oil. Yeah.
What's the purpose of it?
Well,
I get the linseed oil.
Okay, well, combination of the two chemicals, well, the oil and the turpentine, which you can't buy anymore, comes under another name, but it takes place of it. And it is an old school process, but the reason for using it is, like I used it on my log structure, and I've helped a couple other guys on new wood.
Yeah.
And the reason we use it is it seals, it goes into the wood a little ways, and it seals the subsurface, all the water and moisture, and then when you apply your stain or your paint or whatever over that, it prevents peeling and scarring.
Okay.
It's really good on, so when those guys...
So it kind of works as a barrier as well.
That's basically, you could say that.
Yeah.
And I listen to you all the time, and I was listening to that guy.
Do you think that would have ruined his car? And for people that just are joining us, this guy called up like last hour and said, hey, my neighbor was getting his roof done. The contractors, they finished the shake roof. They started spraying on this mixture of linseed oil and turpentine. The spray got onto my car and ate through the clear coat, so I ran out and got the clear coat done. And we're working on that problem. We're trying to, in fact, Doc left a message with that contractor. But do you think that mixture would ruin a car's clear coat, Ronald?
There's a chance, because it depends on how they had that mixed.
Yeah.
I use a 2-to-1 part. I use 2
Ooh, that's a lot more than I thought.
Oil. I use 2 parts linseed oil and 1 part turpentine.
Got it.
Okay. Some guys use a 1-to-1, but I like the oil. But depending on how they had that mix,
Yeah, I got you, Ronald. All right, man. Hey, I appreciate you holding to tell us that information, too, man. I mean it. 303-713-8255. Kenneth has an issue with an engine rebuild question. Kenneth, I promise you'll be up next. Couple lines open, 303-713-8255, 303-Martino. We're going to pick a winner and announce it and call these people, too, right after here. In fact, I see Dan Miller right here. Interesting. Hold tight.
You should I should call you on lunch.
Sure. Hello. I'll give you my Mexican accent.
Did they know it would be announced on the Martino show, Cole?
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah, oh, they did, okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, I guess that in gamble that Tom wouldn't mind because I knew it was coming on Monday, so
Yeah.
we put
So
up a
just
little
pick
thing.
one.
I need zero res.
So you could be like the...
Hey, I need zero res phone number. I found it.
303-471-5150.
Yeah.
I knew it off the top of my head.
This haze is just insane.
Get up Fuller's number for me, though, please. I got it. One of these had the wrong number, but it's not Fuller. I know this number by heart.
597-4500.
That's your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
You know, I love talking about people that we actually use. Yes, yes, yes. John Fuller, Fuller Law. Suzanne and I were on our way back from Sam's Club. We have all the new steaks and all kinds of cool stuff, man. Refrigerated items, frozen items, you get the idea. So we park at this red light or stop at this red light. It turns green. We start going through. Bam, whack, damn. This lady comes flying through her red light. Just plows us. Totaled the car. Totaled Suzanne's nose, actually broke her nose. We had all kinds of issues coming out of there. But I didn't think twice. As soon as we were done at the emergency room and as soon as we were settled back and the adrenaline is off, accidents are unbelievable. They're terrifying, absolutely terrifying. I made that call. I called John Fuller. You know, what I really like about him is, well, I know him personally, but on top of that, you know, you call up these guys on the side of a train, the chances of actually dealing with the strong arm or the big butt or whatever, it's 1 in a million. You're never going to talk to these people. In fact, you're lucky to get the same attorney each time. You want a guy that you're going to deal with. You want a guy that understands what you're going through. You want a guy that's going to fight for every single nickel that person that changed your life owes you. That's John Fuller, 303-597-4500. Put it in your phone, 303-597-4500 or personalinjuryco.com. Here's another guy I use. His name's Shane. He's really a cool cat, man. He's based out of Castle Rock. In fact, he lives in Castle Rock, and he owns Zero Res. It's a carpet cleaning company, and they're amazing. I can legitimately say this. I have used numerous different carpet cleaners at our house, numerous ones on the referral list, probably 3 or 4. By far, Zero Res did the best job. By far, Zero Res did the best job. I don't know if it's that empowered water. I don't know it's because they take that extra time and actually get all the moisture so when they leave, you know, it's dried in a couple hours instead of a day. In fact, one time I had it done, it wasn't dried 24 hours later. These guys aren't going to leave you hanging like that. And when it came to any kind of pet stains, let's face it, we have 2 dogs and 3 cats, and we have 2 kids, and then ourselves. You know, there's a lot going on in our house. Any kind of stains, they got rid of them. Our carpet looked like brand new when they were done. Right now, they've got a deal going that's unbelievable. In fact, I want to call them up and yell at them because I have more than this. 3 rooms, $109. 3 rooms, $109. What does that mean? Well, if you have 6 rooms, start doing the math. It's a heck of a deal no matter how you look at it. ZeroResDenver.com, ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150. Costco.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
I'm having a house built, a townhouse. I want to get a water system in. When's the best time to do it? Or does it matter?
I would, if it's in town, if it's city water, you want to do it after the CO.
Okay.
The builder won't let you do anything until after that.
Okay.
Why?
Well, because the modification, it's all about liability.
I got you. Did you pick one?
Yeah, I did, but there was nothing checked.
It's all right. They're just they can win.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't want the free water test or free equipment inspection. That's fine. They can win.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to bring, you guys are going to tell them what they won then. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to...
No, tell them they won.
Yeah, let's get them on. Say, hey, you want a prize? We're not going to tell you what it is.
They get a free date and dinner with Paul. Also.
No.
So Matt, it's not a pill. It's a radiation IV, and he cannot share a bathroom with anyone. He can't touch the kids for a week.
Why?
Right with the thyroid.
Yeah, what are they giving him?
They're giving him radiation iodine.
Oh, radioactive iodine, yeah.
Yeah, is that through an IV? But he
Yeah,
can't,
yeah.
He can't touch anybody. He can't share a restroom. He can't
But he's
share a bed.
radioactive.
He can't touch his kids.
That's crazy.
Because he's radioactive.
Yeah, but he'll be like Spider-Man. You know?
Seriously,
He'll
like-
become a superhero.
It's crazy.
No, radioactive iodine is the best thing for thyroid. It destroys it right away.
Wow.
Because that's where all the iodine uptake goes to, your thyroid.
Wow.
Dan told me that.
Oh, I know. Those iodine's big on that, huh?
It looks like the Taliban pretty much owns Afghanistan.
Well,
20 years.
Yeah.
20, what was it, 3 trillion?
Would you be pissed if you hear that?
It was
Come into
crazy
your
money.
country, we take it over, basically.
You know what, though? Trump didn't want in, so I can't just say Biden. A lot of them.
No, the thing about it is how you do. You should have left
Yeah, but you got to draw. At some point, if you want to fully remove, you got to just do it.
Well, we never.
You got to
should've
pull
went
that
in.
Band-Aid.
We never should have went in. I mean,
that's for sure.
You know,
don't you feel bad for those people? Though they
Absolutely.
started having a little taste of freedom.
Absolutely.
The women are going to have to start wearing their veils again.
Well, maybe that little taste of freedom will have an insurrection.
Maybe.
Yeah, but they thought that in Iraq and Iran.
It's pretty hard to. It's pretty hard to think outside the box when you're getting stoned.
I'm just saying it's, you know, why do we care what goes on in Afghanistan as long as they're not supporting terrorist acts against the United States? And if you find out they are, then you bomb them.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're doing now. I think
I
we
know.
sent in. Didn't we just make a bombing run the other day?
Yeah, I see a picture of it.
Just sentiments. You know,
it's just, you know what you don't hear about anymore is the Gulf War syndrome. So you know what happened when they cause I was overseas during that. So when Norman Schwarzkopf team ran.
What were you doing over there?
I was doing communication support, the cellular telephone for the Army.
Like building towers?
No, just it's mobile. So the
You're talking the Kuwait thing?
Yeah, the Army has. You have a telephone basically in a Humvee, and so you got vehicles that have the radio communication.
So it's prior satellite shit.
Right, exactly.
So now they never do it that way, right?
No, not now. So
Well,
now,
that's crazy.
So now what's going on is that
Hold on. All right, folks, 303-713-8255. You've been ripped off,
Taken advantage of. I want to hear from you. Maybe a bad landlord. You know, I was just thinking of that. I was talking to my neighbor, if you listen to the show a lot. Poor neighbor Dave, man, he had some bad tenants in there. I think he went 14 months. Paul, this guy went 14 months while the tenants were still working. They were carpet cleaners. In fact, it's funny. I just did a commercial for Zero Res, but this isn't Zero Res, of course. They were carpet cleaners, and all the neighbors, his old neighbors, because they lived there, would actually see him go out and doing work. But he claimed COVID, claimed he couldn't pay the rent, stayed there over a year. Over a year, this guy never got paid. Luckily, in the past 2 or 3 weeks, they finally moved out. And that's because they thought, you know, the show was over at the end of the month. And it was for like a day. Then I guess Biden came out and said, who cares what the Supreme Court says? You guys can go ahead and stay for another 2 months. But thank God his people got out of there, man. I mean, what do you think of that? I'm picking your brain. You're here as Paul the Water Guy. What do you think about government saying you can or cannot kick out a tenant for whatever reason? I mean, once they agreed to your terms in the lease.
I think it's completely unfair. I think the landlord, they have the bills they have to pay. They still have that mortgage to pay.
Man, this guy, neighbor Dave, so if I recall, his mortgage was $3,000 a month, and his rent to them was like $2,990. He was actually going into pocket to pay his mortgage.
Yeah, it's just completely unfair, and I think this is going to be the next boom or bust is because how long can a landlord keep flipping the bill?
Well, and what they're saying is this additional 2 months, and I'm going to get right to that engine call, this additional 2 months is to get everybody ready and for the states to get the money out to the landlord. But I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happen. It should have already happened. In fact, I think in this bill they just did, they're repurposing some of that money.
Well, look what happened in Oklahoma. A judge ruled, right, that the state couldn't cut off the unemployment benefit, that they had to reinstate that. So, I mean, you keep giving people free money, why go to work? And then if they don't have to pay the rent, why pay the rent?
Is the labor really killing you guys right now?
Yeah, we need people bad, but I'd love to. I think some companies it's going to hurt expansion and growth because you don't have the help.
Oh, man, there is like no help. I mean, it's crazy out there. There's not one person on our referral list. We have people in all the time, and it doesn't matter what line of work they're in, even our pain management people. The work is hard to find. That $15 to $30 an hour person right now is hard to find. It's
Absolutely.
very, very hard to find, and that's good money. I mean, I'm dating myself a little, but I mean, I think you know, oh my God, my first real job was in a grocery store, and I made like $7 an hour, and of course that went a lot further back then. We're talking in the late '80s, early '90s. But I made all my real money overtime because that's when I'd be getting, you know, $10.50 an hour. And that was good money, man. But I can't imagine at that age, if I could have made more money sitting on my ass at home, literally more money. There's people that were making $15, $16, $17, $18, $19 an hour. And they still make more on unemployment with the additional $300 right now. They still make more money. And our governor needs to do something about it. Then they act like it's not true. And you know what? This isn't a political show, but this is something every business, every small business, restaurants especially, are dealing with in the state of Colorado right now, and something's got to be done about it. Mike, police refuse to release impounded vehicle. I can't wait to figure out where that is. Mike, I promise you're going to be next, but I got to go to Kenneth. Kenneth, engine rebuild question. What's going on, man?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it. Thank you.
What's happening?
I live in central Denver, all right?
Yeah.
So I need something close by.
Yeah.
And I have an old 94 Sonoma pickup. I'm going to get an engine rebuild on it. I really am.
Okay.
But I want the right person that has that confidence, that's trustworthy before I even start.
What size engine is it?
3.4.
Hold tight, man. Hold on. I'll finish up with you, and I'm going to bring somebody up that's going to help us with this. And we're going to find out where Mike's vehicle is. But this is kind of a pet peeve of mine. I think only in Denver. We just had one last week, if you listen to the show. This lot possibly kept the guy's prosthetic leg, and I'm not kidding. But Mike, Kenneth, you guys hold on. We've got a lot to talk about right after this.
Yes.
So he wants an engine rebuild, right?
Yeah, I know.
Oh. Sheridan, was that the call from Hopalong about the...
No, it's a different... Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I know, I was here for the whole thing.
Hey, babe, let's get Kevin on. What do you think it would run? So a 3, what do you say, a 3, 4?
3.4.
I would say that rebuilt nicely and installed with the full package, meaning new belts, new hoses, new filters, new fluid.
So do transmission.
$4,000.
2,500. I would say you're low.
$4,000. No, I don't think. We'll find out. We'll see what Kevin says. He does a lot of them. That 3.4 is a cheap engine. Now that's assuming they can use his.
So the rebuild's going to be head everything.
They said Obama was dancing the whole night, man.
Did you see the wisecracks? It's so two-faced, double-sided, backstabbing bullshit.
Yeah, it's the same thing when they say
it's hypocritical. It minimum.
You know what? And the only reason why they're coming up about you speaking now is because they want people to stay home next November. This is.
Hey, babe, I don't know if you heard me, but Kevin, if we can get him on. Sheridan.
That's going to hurt the Democrats.
Oh, here's what's going to bury it.
How that hurt the Democrats? Mail-in ballots.
No, here's what's going to hurt. End of story is going to be the crime. People are fucking sick of it, this crime.
Yep.
And Gavin Newsom will be a good test market here, man. If he actually gets recalled, I don't give a shit who steps in. But he was the crown out there. He was the crown jewel.
Yeah.
13 people got killed over the weekend in Chicago.
Okay, pardon me, you have to do me a solid. Here, I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
She's getting ready to leave for a doctor's appointment, but she answered, and she said she'd hold through the break, but you got to get her on.
She has no idea what it is.
I just said Water Pros, because there was no first name. I had to add her. I had to. I had to. There's no first name on here, and she's like, who the is this? You know?
Okay.
So, anyway.
This is Suzanne.
So I'm going to say,
like Cher.
So Paul Water Pros was given out in all expense paid trip to Hawaii.
We took it.
A 4-week trip. First class air. This also includes a brand new water system in your house. And a new car.
And a water system in the car.
And a new car.
Oh.
And what would be great to tow that new car? Your own RV.
Yeah. That's the prices like the price. Who needs Oprah? Oh.
Look under your seat, Dan. We got a treat for you under there. A urine stain.
Who was that did that? They put it up. Was that Oprah that did that? They put a thing underneath the seats?
Oprah would. Look under there. Oh, keys to a new Ford Focus. That would be cool. You go to a talk show, you leave with a new car.
Didn't she once give out a car to everybody in the audience?
Was
it a car? Or
yeah,
was
it was a car.
She gave a car to everybody in the audience.
Think of the write-off, though, for her. You don't even know what a write-off is. They just write it off.
Is this Kumo, whatever I
Cuomo.
This is
he's
such
outrageous.
chicken shit nonsense.
So Tom and I have a bet. We have two bets, actually. One, that he gets brought up onto charges. I think he will in the near future for this. I mean,
one of his people, one of the women, actually brought criminal charges.
Yeah, but the cops haven't brought criminal charges
Right, but
yet.
she filed for criminal.
It hasn't passed the muster yet.
Right, but at least she filed for it.
And then the second one is that his brother on CNN will no longer be on there in a shorter period of time.
Yeah, no,
So I got two. There are two uphill bets. There's no doubt.
Where are you going? I can't even remember who went for who.
I said Cuomo's gone and Cuomo's gone. I said both anti-Cuomo. Tom said I love Cuomo.
He's Italian.
He's Italian.
And it's not all bad.
Hey, do we have some kind of like Price is Right music or something for this winter? Just something out of the box.
Maybe Jeopardy.
No.
You can even sing for us if you want. That's fine. Yeah, that's smoke from California, man.
Oh, wow.
They said
I think
we're the worst. I think he just said it again. We're the worst in the world. Denver's the worst in the world for air quality right now.
What about those towns in California?
China, I mean, come on.
No, in the world.
That's a big statement.
Did you hear in the world, Dan?
That seems hard to believe.
That just goes to show you if Yellowstone blows, we're all dead.
Right here.
Yeah.
IQ Air ranked Denver as most polluted major city on Earth Saturday.
Wow. Saturday was bad.
Well, I was out playing golf.
We were in Granby, and you could see it up there.
It was great golf weather because the sun was out, but you couldn't see it, and it was cool.
It tracks air quality for major cities around the world. Okay, so you said Chile was number 2. Dubai, number 3.
Where's these China ones? They must not have it in China.
No, China simply says our air is good.
Right.
No problem with our air.
Look at that. Everybody has masks on there every day. Even before COVID.
That's crazy, man. Denver, numero uno. I wonder what they're reading, though. You know what I mean? Is it like parts per million? Is it purely how far you can see?
But don't forget, this is something that's out of our control. It's smoke blowing in
I know.
from California and Nevada that we have no control over.
We should sue Newsom.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Well, part of the problem is they didn't allow anybody going to get all the dead trees. And
Yeah, but last year, that fire we had was massive, man, up in Granby.
Yeah.
They didn't let anybody do it up there either.
I do agree. It's forest management for the most part.
Who pays for it, though?
Well, what does the damn Forest Service do? You know, why can't they go in there and pick out trees to randomly thin the forest? I don't know.
It'd be curious, the true cost of that compared to the true cost of the fires. Because really, that is nature's way of thinning the field there, the fire.
But I mean,
my favorite, facetiously, was that lady who worked for the fire department who was burning her Dear Jane letter and started the Hayman fire.
That poor girl. Oh my gosh.
I remember that.
Bad luck for her. That was horrible.
Did she ever have to pay any penalty?
I don't know.
She went to jail.
She went to jail and they assessed her this big.
It was for lying.
They got her. Yeah.
It wasn't. Yeah. It was the cover up, if you will.
It's always cover up.
You know what? I felt bad for her too, believe it or not. And our whole neighborhood got fucking hit with that thing.
And then did she try to be the hero? Wasn't she like trying to be the hero?
Yeah, the first to call or something. I think you're right.
Bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Welcome to the show. If you're new to the show, it's simple. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. We are here to help. I've got a vast array of great people, from referrallist.com members, which are the best of the best, to our deputies right here in studio, Deputy Dan, Deputy Doc, Deputy Marty, who's always out and about solving problems, Suzanne, Dulce, Tom, Mark. It's all of us. We're here to help. You've been ripped off. You've been taken advantage of. We want to help. In fact, we are so proud of this number. You ready? I love this number. In fact, I'm going to up it. I'm just going to do it. I always say $200 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, and refunds. But you know what? That's not true. It's not true. It's well over $250 million in cash, merchandise, exchanges, refunds directly due to this show. And I can't even count how much is uncountable. And what I mean by that is, if you're listening to the show and you hear some poor older guy got ripped off because he thought his grandson was in jail, well, guess what? We save people money right there. I don't know how you count that. I'm counting the real money we can talk about. That's it. 303 Martino's a number, and that number works on or off the air. 303-713-8255. Now, Paul the Water Guy. I think Water Dude. Paul the Water Dude. What's up, dude?
Hey.
Hey, man. Here's a guy. Here's a guy that's given away a water system. We picked a person. Now, is that the winner up there, Jessica?
Yes.
Now, is this, Paul, so what is, I'm going to let you tell her. Jessica, I guess you were at the fairgrounds, right?
Yes.
And you filled out something. I always wondered, I need to say this. I've done that before. I always wondered if people actually did it. In other words, you're grabbing their information, but you're actually giving one away. So I'm seeing it with my own eyes. It's a real deal. What did Jessica win?
Jessica, thank you for stopping by the Water Pros booth. You have won reverse osmosis 4-stage RO system. And call our office number at 303-862-5554, and we'll schedule the installation for you. And thank you for participating.
No strings attached. Hey, I like that. Price is right. Yeah, no strings attached. No kidding. If he attaches one string, I'll kill him. No strings attached. They're going to come out. You want a water system.
That would be highly illegal.
Yes, it probably would be. So you did win one, though. Isn't that good?
That's pretty freaking awesome.
I want to hear like
I'm thinking of the prices right. I don't hear you jumping. I don't hear any emotion here.
What do you mean? The emotion I'm portraying.
I want more emotion.
Hey, listen.
Can we take it back and call someone else?
No.
Hey, Kato, come here. Come be my...
All right, listen. We're going to give you all the information offline.
We just wanted to tell you during the show that you won. So
I appreciate that. When I got this phone call just a couple of moments ago, I was getting ready for a doctor's appointment. So I got a phone call, half dressed. Run something. Here,
did you think, let me ask you this, did you think it was fake? Because I don't even know if I answer these days if I don't know the number.
Well, I've been making a lot of medical calls lately, so I don't get a lot of phone numbers I know these days anyway.
Well,
so.
you know what? I'm sorry to hear that. I'm hoping everything's okay there.
Well, we're hoping so too.
Good.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, you'll have at least clean water, so there you go.
Yeah, good vibes to you and your family.
Yeah, I like that too. I like that, Paul. Good vibes.
You know the HOA has lead in our water, and
oh wow.
So
Paul, you find that a lot, don't you?
Yeah. And this point of use reverse osmosis drinking water system will take the lead out of the water.
What's the dollar amount on this? You install everything.
This is a $900 value.
Oh man, awesome. All right, Jessica.
Well, I'm glad that everything worked out. Any chance you want to throw in a free trip to Hawaii for? I'm just asking.
Not at this time.
Okay, I tried.
You just got my son going with the free trip to Hawaii. He wants to go see a volcano.
All right. Hold on. Suzanne, make sure we have all of her information, and we'll go from there. Jessica, I hope you got all of our prayers and good vibes and all that good stuff. Hope everything turns out okay. I would not want to be calling the doctors all the time. I don't think I'd answer. What I wanted to do is if someone didn't answer, let's pretend she didn't. I wanted to leave a message going, oh, you're not going to believe this, but you filled this out. You would have won, but you didn't win. Sorry, you have to go. That would have been fun. That's how that goes. All right, folks, 303-713-8255. Okay, engine rebuild question. Suzanne, can we try to get Sheridan Auto Tech on, please? And if we can't get Sheridan, maybe Al Aramis. Either Sheridan or Al would be great. So you hang tight, Kenneth. Please, please, please hang tight. One line open now, 303-713-8255. Now, Mike, this sounds horrible. When did your car get impounded and why?
It got impounded on March 16th. And
oh, my God.
Why is up to them. I'm not sure.
What do you owe on it now, like $6 billion?
About $3,000, yeah.
$3,000. What kind of vehicle is it, man?
It's just an 05 Ford F-150, but it's my baby. It's all I own, and all my valuables are in it, so.
And, of course, they're not going to give you that. Just so people know, if your vehicle is impounded, the only thing they really have to give to you is medical devices, medication, child seats. There's a few things, but other than that, they can hold that personal property. So what did it get impounded for?
They didn't really give me a reason why.
Well, okay, now, come on. So they just called you up and said, hey, we impounded your vehicle? I mean, did the police impound it? Did the apartment complex? What?
I left the vehicle. My fiance got in the vehicle and attempted to leave. She didn't even get the vehicle started, and then two cops pull up, pull her out, and as I'm walking back, it's getting towed, and I call District 6 and say, hey, are you going to tow my vehicle? And they say no. So by morning, it's gone.
Hey, Mike, help me out here, though. You just don't go to start your car and get arrested or get your vehicle. I mean, were the plates out? Did your girlfriend, was she accused of doing something? Did she not have a license? I mean, just shed some light onto this for us.
It was a really nice neighborhood next to Coors Field, and it had a mattress in the back because I was moving. There was a snowstorm. It looked a little weird, I guess.
Were you guys getting busy in the back?
No, I was leaving.
Okay.
It seemed like it was just out of order, the whole thing, because...
But honestly, what did they do? Were you parked where you shouldn't have been parked?
No, it was legally parked on it.
Okay, throw me a bone, Mike. Give me something here. Why would they just impound your vehicle? Why would they...
I don't know. I'm white. I mean, she's white and I'm black, so I'm not sure why. It's just, they happen.
Okay, so listen, I don't think Denver... Now, there's a lot of issues with Denver. I don't like Denver. I don't like the horror-loving mayor, quite frankly. But I will say this, because there is a black and a white woman or a white... woman and a black guy next to each other, I don't think they just impound your vehicle. In fact, I can honestly say that probably did not happen. Something happened. What happened? Just help us out here, then we'll get to the bottom of it.
Oh, okay. I assume I was driving like an asshole at some point. I get that. But they could come and talk to me about it. I was nowhere near the vehicle when there were 6 cops around.
All right. Listen, yeah. I had to blank that out so people just rejoining in 10 seconds, you'll understand. You can't use that language anymore. So they pulled you over for driving erratically, basically, right?
I was not pulled over. I said, I had this vehicle. She was still in the vehicle.
Got it.
And, I came back to several cops.
Okay, now, it got impounded, and you knew it got impounded within a day or so. So, a couple things. Why has it been sitting there since March?
Because the nuisance abatement unit of Denver will not...
Okay, here's the deal, man. Remember how I said I don't like our horror-loving mayor? Did you hear me say that?
Yes.
Let me tell you why. In fact, he literally sat in a studio. How many feet is that, Dan? I mean, what, 50, 60 feet away?
Right.
And he lied to a colleague of ours.
Yep.
He literally lied, saying that the law does not do anything. Were you charged with a crime, Mike?
No.
Was your girlfriend charged with a crime?
Yes, she was.
Okay. What crime was she charged with?
I am not sure. They will not tell me.
Does she have any ownership of that vehicle?
No.
None at all?
Nothing.
Yeah, nuisance abatement. Let me tell you, you live in Denver.
Wait, they won't tell him, but his girlfriend won't?
It doesn't. The Gestapo, basically the Denverites down there, the police, the DA, who is it, Booker? What's the guy's name? He ran. Thank God we were talking about him. He ran for something in Douglas County, and he didn't win. But he's the attorney in charge of it. Let me tell you what they do. They take your stuff. Listen to me. I am not making any of this up if this is a new issue to you. Denver can literally take your vehicle, even if somebody did nothing wrong. Right here is girlfriend who has no ownership in this vehicle whatsoever. No ownership whatsoever. And Mike, the caller, did not get charged with any crime. He owns the vehicle. Denver can take it and sell it. They can take it and basically hold it for ransom for whatever they want, and it gets a lot worse than that. Hold on, Mike. We're going to take a quick break.
Shouldn't your reach be able...
They make a lot of money like this.
That's distressing.
It is. They've taken it where the charges were all dropped. And they sold the car.
That's just distressing. That's
not... Chicago's just like this.
Why do people keep voting people in?
Dan, I'm going to use you a little in this commercial. I'm not telling you.
Okay.
All right, check it out for you cheapskates out there. Yep, cheapskates. That's why I got Deputy Dan part of this commercial. This guy's so cheap, and this isn't a joke, but he's so cheap, the bag, that he wouldn't even turn his AC on. In the middle of the night one time, it was 90 degrees. Instead, he went upstairs, drug a mattress down to the basement and slept down there. Now, I'm not kidding. This is no joke. But the one thing I will say that he uses is what, Dan? Not your air conditioner.
Whole house fan.
His whole house fan. A quiet, cool fan. Tom's got one. Dan's got one. Check it out. You can save up to 90% of your AC costs. These things are easy. They're simple to install, and they're inexpensive. The folks at Quiet, Cool, Whole House Fans, we've been advertising for years. They install this thing in the morning when it's nice and cool in your basement. You turn it on. It sucks all that cold air and all the hot air out of the top. It works remarkably. Dan, how long does it take to actually cool off your house when you turn it on?
Well, it depends how cold it is outside.
5 minutes?
Maybe 10, 20.
10 minutes and you can drop, what, 10, 15 degrees, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's absolutely amazing. You'll not only save money, but you will save money. You can be cheap too like that, just like that. Go to QCcolorado.com, QCcolorado.com, QCcolorado.com. Now, check it out. Fix It 24/7. You know what I love about Fix It? George Donaldson's the owner. Here's the bottom line. If you need anything that has to do with heating, cooling, electric, drains, how about drains? These guys can do it. They can do it all. You write this one number down, and if anything ever breaks, you simply call them. It's simple as that. You call these guys up. They'll come out. They'll do estimates. I think it's $39 to get a professional to your house. So whether you need a plumber or an electrician, for $39, you can actually get one of their experts out there. They're just great people no matter how you look at it. Fix It 24/7. You can check out their website, fixmyhome.com. That's fixmyhome.com, fixmyhome.com.
Kevin Culkin's unavailable. Al Aramis hasn't answered me. Do you want me to move
Jeff
on
Vick.
or just give him
Jeff
a minute?
Vick. See, but Vick doesn't really do anything.
Well, I could call Tom Maggio. He's a good one. And what's the question anyway?
How much to rebuild an engine properly?
And where would he bring it?
94, 3.4.
Hey, Mark, what's the
94, 3.4 what?
His girlfriend,
94 I don't know what brand it is, but he probably
why his
knows what
girlfriend was arrested. Doesn't she know why she was arrested?
It doesn't matter why she was arrested. They took his shit.
I know, but ask the girlfriend, why were you arrested?
Well, I'm sure he knows why she was arrested.
He said no.
He doesn't. I know he said no, but he knows.
Okay.
You're going to know why your girlfriend's arrested. Dan, why was your girlfriend arrested?
Because she was black.
You know, it's crazy, man.
I can't believe he said that.
Hey, it wasn't long ago. Let's not forget, it wasn't long ago that could get you arrested.
Oh, long ago.
Well, okay, define long. 50 years?
Okay.
Maybe in Mississippi, 3 years.
You know what they don't do anymore is that they write a ticket. There's no investigation, anything. They write a ticket and it's up to the DA, based upon what they saw, can they prove the charge?
Let me tell you, nuisance abatement, I think that's a moneymaker.
It's nothing but a moneymaker. They won't even give the numbers out anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
They took the budget line out and they mix it in with everything else now.
Trying to find that freaking attorney. What was his name?
Who?
That attorney
He ran. I thought it was Corey. I thought it was Cory Booker.
Was it Cory Booker?
Cory Booker was the mayor of some
No,
town.
I know that. That's why it's throwing us off.
Right. He was the governor of New Jersey or something.
It wasn't Cory. It was Cory something.
A prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer? Not yet. Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages. Tell me more. Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool.
I can't believe Colorado was.
Maggio said he's happy to do the call, but when generally if he gets a rebuild, he orders that. He doesn't rebuild himself. Is that a big deal?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I'd much rather they get like a Jasper. I
So
definitely.
they'll rebuild it and he'll put it in and out. Take it in.
That's
and
how
out.
I would do it. That's the only way I do it. I mean, I know none of our guys own a machine shop, and even if they did, they're not set up to knock these engines out like Jasper.
What's his name?
888 Duran. Oh, cool. I almost gave that Hawaii trip out. You were almost on the hook.
I was looking for, how much I could pawn my rings.
I wouldn't even go to Hawaii now. I think they're full mask mandate, everything. I don't even think you can go into a restaurant.
Yeah, you can't do anything in Hawaii. I wouldn't even want to go to Hawaii for one simple reason. I wouldn't want to get the state of my dollars because who's that senator?
I don't like her either, but
she's vile.
I love Hawaii.
Oh, vile.
I love Hawaii, man.
I know, but at the point where, damn.
What are you saying with California?
I've never been to California.
I hate it.
Well, I have. That's not true. I have. I worked in California.
I've been to a wedding there. Yeah, I've been there. Everybody's been there.
I was in California working
Disneyland.
Working a home show. Selling water treatment.
Corey Nelson.
Yeah, so that attorney's name for the city is Corey Nelson. Let me tell everybody about nuisance abatement
real quick. Then we'll get back to that call. But the most egregious one I remember, and it wasn't that long ago, it was last year. This guy calls up. Listen to this. He's in Denver. He brings his car to a shop to get worked on. Okay? He drops it off. The people working on it test drive it. They get pulled over for whatever. I don't even remember why they got pulled over. Remember, this isn't their car. They're a shop. Denver takes this guy's car, literally takes it and sells it at auction. Denver nuisance abatement. That's what they can do. Very few places can do it. Denver happens to be the best at it. So listen to what I'm saying. They can take it if they think it's a nuisance for any reason. It doesn't matter for what reason. Honest to God, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're brought up on charges. Hey, I can understand if you're a drug dealer and you're bringing cocaine or whatever, any kind of illegal drug or substance through Denver, you get pulled over, fine. They can take your car, sell it, whatever. I get that. I get it. But when you have nothing to do with it, in this case, Mike, listen to this. Mike owns the truck. The truck was taken because his girlfriend, I don't even think she was driving it. Hold on, I got to ask him this. Hey, Mike, was your girlfriend actually driving it?
No, she wasn't.
Yeah, she tried to start it, right, but it didn't start. She wasn't driving it.
No, it was snowing. It didn't start because it's cold,
Yeah, to me, it's ridiculous. So I'm going to just tell you this. Unless you cough up the money, there's nothing you can do because Denver basically has a license to steal, in my opinion. And yours isn't even as egregious as a lot of the calls we've had. We had one, they said the guy, okay, listen to this. He pulls up to like a Circle K or a liquor store or something in a little parking lot, and he gets out. There's a girl there. The police say he was trying to pick up a prostitute. She didn't get charged with prostitution. He didn't get charged with being a John or whatever that is, soliciting. No one got charged with anything. Not even convicted. No one got charged. But guess what? They took the dude's vehicle and sold it because it was a nuisance. I mean, it's the most outrageous thing I have ever heard. And in fact, I doubted Tom when he first started talking about this years ago until I heard the calls for myself. They're nonstop, man. They're nonstop. Are you dealing with Corey? Are you dealing with Corey down there? Mike?
Oh, no, not dealing with Corey.
Who's the attorney you're dealing with down there trying to get your own car back that they took?
Yeah, Assistant District Attorney Joyce. I'm not sure what his first name or last name.
Do you remember that one too, Dan? I just remember Corey.
There's two of them.
Yep, that's got to be it. You know, we'll make a call over there. They don't like us, but you know what? That's because we shine the flashlight on them. You know, I can't stand these guys. I don't know how someone sits around and takes a guy's truck like this. How do you get to work now, Mike?
I had to cough up money and buy another one. And, no, this is like the fourth vehicle this has happened to. This is not the first time.
These guys, you know what? And like I said, there's some reasons I can, honest to God, understand it. But in this case, I just can't believe it. Then for the mayor to be sitting over there on her sister station saying it doesn't happen when we had I'm talking to the T examples of callers that the issue was still going on. In other words, they still had possession of the vehicle. It sucks, man. Mike, I hate to say it, but the only thing we can do is vote them all out of office, and I don't even know if that's possible at this point in Denver. Honest to God, there's nothing you can do. So if you're in Denver and they want to take your car, they can pretty much take it, even if you have no control over it yourself. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. That poor guy that lost it at the shop working on his car, I couldn't believe. How do you punish the guy that drops it off to have it worked on? Anytime I drop my car off to have it worked on, I assume they test drive it. Hell yeah, brakes done, you want them to test drive it. So if they get pulled over for speeding, my car, because they were working on it, they can keep and sell my car in Denver. It's unheard of. I just can't even believe it. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, oh, you're not explaining the whole thing, you're wrong. I am. I was a doubter too. I was a doubter of our horror-loving mayor stealing cars like that. I was. Mike, I don't know what other questions I can answer for you. I had my tirade. These people suck. They suck, in my opinion. 100% suck. If you don't pay the money, I don't think you're going to get it back. Dan, you want to make a call over there? I mean, honestly.
Sure, I'll give her a shot.
All right, so we're going to grab your information. We're going to call over. And you know what, Mike? I'm assuming there's nothing you haven't told us. I mean, but really it doesn't matter because it's not your girlfriend's. I don't care if they did arrest her for something. I don't care. It's not her truck, man. It's not hers. Yeah. How do they take your stuff? How do they blame you for her? I've never heard of anything like it.
It's crazy to me.
All right, hold on, man. I know. I know. And I'm going to try to get off this issue because it drives me so insane. But if you're new to town, just be careful with your vehicle. And you know the other thing is, you never hear of a Mercedes being taken. You never hear of a new BMW. You never hear of a nice newer car. And guess what? You never hear of the white housewife. Did you know that? It's not the white housewife's car getting taken. You know who it is? It's poor people. That's who it is. Honest to God, it's people that don't have money to get a lawyer and actually fight it. You know, whether or not they'd win, I don't know. But it's never the rich guy. It never is. Never. Never. They know what battles to pick. Denver knows what battles. They know who they can bully. They know. Think about that. They know. It's minorities and it's poor people. That's who it always is. So when this guy actually said, I'm black, guess what? I believe it. That did have something to do with it. Because if that was Joe Blow, middle-class white guy, middle-class white woman, guess what? They wouldn't have taken it. I know they wouldn't have, because we've never had a call, unless if it's a minority or a poor person. Every single one have that in common. Now listen, we're going to get back to this engine rebuild question, and then Jordan's got an issue with an oil change. Geez, I hope it's not an oil out-seized engine. We have one of our experts up, Tom Maggio. Tom, please hang on. I have to take this break. I'll come right back up. We'll get to that engine question with Kenneth. Everybody hold tight.
That's just some scary bullshit.
You know, the laws on civil asset forfeiture are state by state.
Oh, Denver's about the worst.
Right. There are some states now that have put in legislation that say in order for them to affect civil asset forfeiture.
If you
have
fought
to
it at the
be,
Supreme Court level, though, I think you'd win, but no one's got the dough.
Well, that's where, be truthful. The justice system is the money game. If you don't have the money to defend yourself.
Again,
but there are
he was
states-
running before, he is again now, for what?
Something else.
There are
Send me a
states
link,
now.
would you?
There are states now that have said
Douglas
that
County Clerk and Recorder.
they can't keep it unless you've been convicted of a crime. And if in order for them to keep it, you have to be charged with a crime.
These people they take, they're not even
Right.
charged with a crime.
Right.
This one, okay, you can say his girlfriend. The other examples I gave that are real calls, no one was charged with anything.
And then you
Okay,
can't
hold
get
on.
it back. So instead of you having,
Hold on.
okay,
All right, check it out. Frank Duran, the real estate man. Frank saved us so much money when we were selling our house. Not only that, he knows how to negotiate. He actually got a bidding frenzy going. We had numerous offers within the first weekend he listed it, and he got us way more than I thought we could get for it. And I'm telling you, it works that way with everybody. And when he was negotiating on our new house out in Franktown, he beat this guy up. I felt like he was Mike Tyson going after Douglas or whoever. It was incredible. You have to check this guy out. I know everybody out there's got a realtor that's either their cousin or their neighbor or someone. You want the real deal. You want someone that's going to save you enough money to justify what they do, and that's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Now, 888 Heating. These guys are unbelievable. They've been on a referral list for, 15 plus years. I'm going to tell you a special they have, and I'm going to preference it with this. You ready? Most people charge this amount for just the air conditioner. For just the air conditioner. In fact, some companies charge more than this for just the air conditioner. But here's what you get. You get that new air conditioner installed, a new furnace installed, a whole home humidifier, in 5 years with zero, yes, say it with me, 0% interest. All starting at $8,500. Of course, it depends the size of the house, but you're not going to find a better deal. And if you ever need service on your existing unit, here's what I love about 888heating.com. They'll give you the real skinny. They'll come out. They'll tell you, hey, you need this. Here's how much it is. They're not going to cram a new system down your throat. Good, honest people with great pricing. 888heating.com. Their phone number is 88heating. Affordable interest mortgage. This is a product I was telling you about. In fact, Deputy Dan in studio uses it. It's basically a first on your house. So they pay off whatever first you have now, and it becomes a line of credit. Let's say you owe $100,000 on your house, and it's worth $500,000. You would end up with basically a $400,000 line of credit that you can use at any time, and it's good for 10 years. Now, here's the coolest part about it. If you have $100,000 in a savings account, a checking account, maybe you're a small business and you can sweep that money from your account into this checking account every single night. Guess what? You'll offset your mortgage by how much? Whatever you put in there. If there's $100,000 in there, you have a $100,000 mortgage with them, guess what? Now you would have a $500,000 line of credit, and you wouldn't owe a nickel in interest. You wouldn't owe anything, and the money is always there if you need it. What I suggest is you call Kurt up. He'll go over all the numbers. He'll take your current situation, how much you owe on your house, how much equity is in it. He'll show you exactly what this product will do. It's ginormous overseas. In fact, we're the only country that really doesn't utilize it, and I'll tell you why. One of the tricks is it uses simple interest, not compounded, and the lenders over here just don't want that. They want that compounded interest. Do the math. You can pay $400,000 or $500,000 in interest over a 30-year on a $400,000 or $500,000 house. They don't like simple interest. This product is simple interest, and you can offset it by your balance. 720-895-0500. I know you've been thinking about calling Kurt. Just do it. Ask him. 720-895-0500.
I'm going to meet with him on Wednesday for my mortgage.
Are you?
Yeah.
Actually, for you, it's perfect.
Yeah.
You should
Wednesday.
you should actually look at that
Is he going to
product.
be here Wednesday?
For the show.
Oh, Kurt?
Yep.
Oh, good. Well, I'll just bring the stuff here.
You should go through that calculator with him. I know you're looking for a more traditional mortgage.
No.
But just do the calculator.
No, the liquid loan sounds great.
Perfect.
I was going to meet with him Wednesday, but he's going to be
You got
there.
access to that dough.
Yeah.
Suzanne, you got Mike's information? I'll call him after the show.
It's pretty cool. So, like I know you have those annuities. So you'll put in how much a month you have coming in. He'll just compare it to any other product.
A YouTuber, Mr. Clean, fake news, that Corey Nelson is old news, running for Douglas County. I just looked, all I could
Yeah,
find.
he did last year.
Yeah, 2020, right. So I thought that the YouTuber was saying he's currently running for something.
Yeah, Corey Nelson. I don't know how those guys sleep at night on some of these circumstances.
They have no.
It's such an overreach.
They have no moral compass.
It's such an overreach. And it is, man. That is the other thing. I'm not kidding. It's always minorities and the poor. Always, every single time. Generally, it's the whole. It's both.
Well, here's the thing. It's always the minorities and the poor. The same Democratic message for 50 years.
Yeah, I know.
Same thing.
No, and then when finally you notice a lot of the Hispanic vote went to Trump.
Right.
Out of Florida. Are you kidding? Biden has totally blown it with this Cuban crisis.
Yeah,
He's like, fuck them. We don't care about people in Cuba.
Or Haiti. So he's going to lose the black vote and the Latino vote.
I don't think the
Florida.
Haitian vote's that big, but
there's a pretty big Haitian community in Florida.
Yeah.
There was a big Haitian community in New York, and we were one of the first hospitals that treated AIDS patients because it first came to the United States in Haitian gays. That's how it started in New York.
I think this COVID thing is going to backfire. I think people are going to get sick and tired of the restrictions.
Okay, the worst thing about AIDS is that Freddie Mercury died.
Yeah, I know.
I'll tell you, man, that movie was phenomenal.
It was.
Phenomenal. It's like they dug him out of the grave and threw some makeup on him and put him on stage again. It was that good.
Rami Malek was terrific.
They showed them side by side making it identical.
Yeah, Rami Malek was great.
And I didn't realize he became such an ass like that. That power ate him up, but then as he got sick...
Freddie?
Yeah. Then as he got sick, he went back to his roots.
But he was an amazing... his vocal range... he's done opera with he did a great thing with Pavarotti.
Oh, no shit.
About Too Much Love Will Kill You. You ought to see that.
Did he ever do it with the other guy?
Which other guy?
The other three...
Jelly?
The other three tenor there.
I don't know. I know he did one with Luciano Pavarotti.
Who was the other guy?
I don't know.
Dan, who's the other guy?
I know it's Botticelli is one. Pavarotti.
Nobody knows his name.
No one knows the other guy. It's true. No one knows the other guy. All right, 303-713-8255. You've been ripped off, taken advantage of. I want to hear from you. Simple as that. 303-Martino. Hey, I want to do some house cleaning real quick. Help@troubleshooter.com. I'm not kidding. If you email us there, pictures, anything like that, we can get started on the case and we'll reach out to you with any questions. But we help people all the time. Really, that's the nature of us, and that is the nature of the show. And I can't say enough of what I think of our volunteers. Honestly, we have Deputy Doc sitting next to me. Here's a guy that delivered, 1,000, maybe arguably thousands of babies in his career. He's a retired doctor, and now he works with us all the time solving problems. Deputy Scott, he's an accountant. So we have people in all different parts of life, and I mean parts of life, different ages. Some are retired, some are still working. We actually had, I'll tell you a guy I really enjoyed. In fact, I still see him occasionally. He actually was the pilot for the Bolins, not for the team, not for the Broncos, but for their private plane. He was a pilot. He was a great guy. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he could get in trouble for that, but he was just a great guy. And here was a guy that he would work for us when he wasn't flying around the rich and famous. So there's all different reasons people become volunteers, and I just wanted to say, because I probably don't say it a lot, I appreciate every one of them. Deputy Marty, this guy is out there kicking ass day by day. All of you, you do a great job, and I thank you. Now, Kenneth, I've got an expert up from the referral list, Tom Maggio with Hands-On Auto Tech. So, Kenneth, you have a 94 Silverado, is that correct? What is it?
No, it's a Sonoma.
Sonoma, my bad, Sonoma. I can't read. I don't know how I got Silverado out of my own handwriting, but trust me, if you saw it, you'd understand. So you've got a 94 Sonoma, and it's got a 3.4. So here's our question. So, Tom, a couple things to you. One, I want to know something. When I was in the Goodyear business, for folks that don't know this, I had 5 Goodyears around town.
we would do some engines out of 2 of our facilities, but I would always order the engine from Jasper. So I would buy the engine from Jasper. I think I used a few other places, but generally always from Jasper. They would have a pretty good warranty on it. Then my guys, depending on what shop, would actually install it. I always made the people that were getting it buy the engine kit, meaning all the new filters, all new belts and hoses, all new stuff, and then we would warranty it for whatever amount of time that would usually be in line with the Jasper engine. Now, Tom, when you guys do engines at Hands On, do you buy engines, crate engines like Jasper, or do you actually rebuild them? Do you have a machine shop or what?
No, I usually buy a crate engine. I use a different company that gives me unlimited mileage on the warranty. That's why I choose who I go with.
Wow.
And we also do the same thing with the install kits.
So you make sure they get the it's very important. Why get a brand new
I highly
engine?
recommend it. I never force anybody, but I say if you want the best results,
now,
this is the way to do it.
What do you think off the cuff a 3.4 would run for that vehicle?
Questions like that, obviously there's a lot of different markets, right?
Yeah.
In Denver, it might be a lot less than where it is where I am, but average, we're anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000 on a reman motor installed.
And then what would that be? You said unlimited mileage. What is the time frame
3
warranty?
3 years unlimited. 3 years.
So 3 years unlimited on every aspect of the new engine.
They're going to cover towing, they're going to cover repairs to the engine, replacement if need be, all that stuff. One thing to remember now, you put a reman engine in, you still have your original alternator, power steering
starter,
pump, stuff like that.
Yeah, battery, starter, transmission. Is that stuff you've thought about, Kenneth? Because we get that call a lot. Hey, I just dumped $5,000 in a new transmission. Now my engine's out. Next thing you know, you're rebuilding the whole truck from the ground up. So I assume you understand that.
I have thought this through and through and through, and you know what? This is what I want.
Well, Tom's warranty sounds great. I would get some different pricing around, but don't just do it on pricing, man. You want a company that's going to be there. Tom, how long have you guys been around?
10 years at least.
Yeah, at least 10 years you're going to get that great warranty. Say that again?
I think I've been with you guys at least 5 or 6 now, maybe.
Oh, easily 5 or 6 on the referral list. So Kenneth, there's an option right there, but you want to do a couple things. One, most shops that are going to put an engine in are going to buy a crate motor. They're going to get it from somewhere. That warranty is going to be covered from there. Like I said, I'd use Jasper just because I was comfortable with them. Any issue I ever ran into, they would always cover. They did the towing, they did everything. The one that Tom uses does the same thing, and it's got a better warranty than Jasper, honestly. 3-year unlimited mileage is a great warranty. So I would shop the motor. In other words, make sure it's a reputable company. You tell people where you get it, right, Tom?
LKQ.
There you go, LKQ. I've heard of them. They're everywhere. They also have they also do a lot of used parts, but I know their engines are rebuilt.
That's correct, yep.
Kenneth, you got any questions for Tom directly?
Give me the name of his store again. Give that to me.
Hands On Auto Tech. Just go to the referral list, referrallist.com, start typing in hands, and he'll pop right up. But that's Tom. Like I said, you can get other bids, you can do whatever, but find out where the engine's coming from, and then find out the warranty, and make sure the shop didn't open last week. Make sure you know who you're dealing with. The nice part about having a crate engine, though, is if for some reason that shop does disappear, you're still going to have the warranty if it was installed right through the manufacturer, like LKQ or whoever.
If you type in hands, Biden and Cuomo come up. So you got to type in the whole thing.
Oh, Doc. Kenneth, any other questions?
You know what? I can get that from your radio host.
Yeah, you can do that, and you can get you can talk. Tom will talk to you anytime. Hey, Tom, do you guys, what do you do with estimates now? I mean, do shops like you guys give free estimates, like if someone had a no-start towed in, or how does that work? How do you do it?
Yeah, I can give them a rough estimate. I usually ask for some identification info, like the VIN number or the license plate, and everything's electronic. Something new with our shop now, you'll get a digital estimate sent to your phone or email.
Love it.
And you can actually authorize everything right online. So
is it really one of those you could show a little video too if you wanted?
If we see the vehicle, we do an inspection. We can take pictures, videos of it. Yeah, and I always recommend get the truck checked out before you leave a deposit.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to put a motor in a truck that suddenly now it's going to need a rear end, or ball joints are falling apart, and you've got another 1,000 or 2 to put into it after motor's in.
Kenneth, I would bring it up to him, let him check it out, give you a real idea of what else after the engine, and I know you've thought about it, so that's great, but then you get a real understanding of if you do need a transmission, how much this is going to be. But that warranty is awesome. So that was Tom Maggio. He's the owner of Hands On Auto Tech. Write this number down, and what I like is he'll give those estimates, or at least ballparks, over the phone if you give them the VIN. Like, how much is a starter? How much is this? I think that's pretty cool, Tom. A lot of places don't want to do that. 720-340-4024. 720-340-4024. The easiest way is just go to referrallist.com and search Hands On. Simple as that. All right, 303-713-8255. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate that. We can free that line up. I am running a little over, I promise. Oh, we got an update on Circle K. Oh, this one was crazy. This guy goes in. I hope this update's good. I really hope it's good. I have a feeling. I don't know. We're going to find out. It's brand new to me. Guy goes into Circle K, buys $1,000 in cash, Paul, spends $1,000 on prepaid Visa gift cards. You follow me? Or he adds $1,000 onto his existing one. He gets home, no money on the card. We're going to find out what happened after this.
I gotta hear this.
I would say he's getting him right back.
Yeah, because there's.
I know the man who talked with the manager of Circle K. Marty.
But there's 4 exclamation points, so it must be good news.
Or really bad news.
Like I say,
shit. Hold on, guys. Master Rooter phone, write it on something for me. And David Ellis, please, Dan. I got David.
I thought the comment about hands was funny. I love it. Mark, do you think it was funny?
Yeah, but people didn't know. They didn't understand.
Yeah, they did.
Weigh it.
31 pinpoint weather, expect a high in the 90s today. Look at your impact tracking weather. I'm Kate Tom 6 on KHOW. Take the shortcut to your next grade higher. When you start a job on Indeed, Instant Match immediately delivers a list of quality.
Weigh it, then pay it.
On Indeed, match your job description.
Paul, you got a special we're going to give out? All right, check it out. Weigh it, then pay it. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about David Ellis. If you have any kind of valuable you're looking to sell, silver, gold, diamonds, you get the idea, any of it. You don't want to go to one of these hotel things. Remember those they'd advertise, hey, come sell your jewelry at the Holiday Inn or the Motel 6. Are you crazy? You want a good local guy that's been around forever that'll give you top dollar for your valuables. DavidEllisJewelry.com. You can check out all their information there. But, man, this guy knows, and you can trust him, but he knows what the value is. They weigh it, then they pay it. There's no hidden stuff. There's nothing. They're straight, honest shooters, and they're going to give you the best price out there. Ready? David Ellis Jewelers, 303-322-8779. Any precious metal, honestly. Are you sick of the gold in your teeth? You can pull it out. He'll buy the gold in your teeth. Anything. I kid you not. This guy will buy with value. Silver, gold, diamonds, you name it. He'll pay you cash on the spot. 303-322-8779. Use a local guy, David Ellis Jewelers.
We'll do
Master Rooter?
I'll do it right after this. Thank you, Dan.
We'll put an existing system free service.
We'll get it. All right, Master Rooter Plumbing. I've been talking about Master Rooter for years and years. In fact, they're one of my first endorsements. What I really like about the guys, Tony Akers, he's the owner. I know Tony personally, but what I really dig is the way they do free estimates. You get a licensed plumber to your house or your business, and if you're in Denver metro area, this goes. Check it out. A free estimate, and if they need to scope the line because it's clogged up, they'll still do a free estimate and a free camera scope. Now, if for whatever reason you ever need a water line, or if you ever need a sewer line, or someone tells you you need a sewer line, here's even better news. These guys will come out, give you a free second opinion, and a lot of times they'll say, that company was trying to screw you. You don't even need a sewer line. But if you legitimately do need it, guess what? they'll beat the heck out of the price. They own their own excavation company. They basically kick butt and take names. They do a lot of commercial work. These guys are great. In fact, if you're a commercial guy, a contractor, and you need a good guy for the water lines and everything going into new builds or just for repairs, write this number down. Master Router Plumbing, 720-434-3406. Put it in your phone. Free estimates, 720-434-3406. All right, go ahead, Paul. What are you thinking?
I was thinking free service call. Any existing equipment out there that need help, give us a call.
Oh, that's a good question. Actually, I know exactly how we'll get into that. Perfect. What?
I got another one. Guess who from?
Who?
Drew.
Oh, you mean an issue?
Wouldn't believe how much money it is.
Shut up, Dan. That's our number one issue, though. So across any industry we have on referral list, number one for complaints is HVAC. Number one by far. In fact, at one point it might have been, yeah, now you're talking direct ripoffs. I mean legit companies. I mean, legit company problems. HVAC, number one problem is pricing.
Drink less, live more. Get your life back.
This market's a crazy one today.
All my shit was looking good today.
Your DD's going down.
What's it at now?
It's still up 19 cents.
Okay. Is it in the nines though?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a $24 stock, but.
What's it says on Yahoo?
Oh, it did?
It says $24.
I think it is, but I don't know how long. As soon as if the Chinese government takes a stake in it, it's going to be great. If they don't take a stake in it, holy shit.
You know what they're saying? Even the U.S. is looking at delisting Chinese stock. So have you ever thought of going to Hong Kong?
They'd be screwing their own people.
Well, I mean...
What are you going to do? Everybody that's in Alibaba in their retirement, you're going to fucking wipe them out?
I don't know how that works like that. If they got to switch them over to Hong Kong exchange or what?
I don't know. What is their currency over there? The yen? No, that's Japan. How many yens? How many yens did the guy buy? How many yens did the cowboy hat cost?
God, is that what a crazy thing!
I
wish he never would have got released by Britain.
That is kind of funny. Every good deed.
Well, it was at least like no good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah, it's so true.
Well, just like Panama. I mean, Panama would be a lot better if we still had the canal.
Great Van Halen song.
He's a Hong Kong dollar.
That's what it's called. All right, 303-713-8255.
We're going to pack everything we can. Paul the Waterman, I've got a question for you that came in through email, but give me a second. Tom, this Circle K update for people just joining us, it's unbelievable. Guy goes in fact, was it Tom, Suzanne? Is it Tom? So, Tom, you tell the story real quick. You go into Circle K, you spend $500 and then $500 again, recharging your prepaid Visa, correct?
Yes, sir, I did. So
then what happened? Then you went to use it, and the money was nowhere.
The money was not there, and so, I mean, anything financial, you go to where you last saw the money and trace from there.
Sure.
So I went back to Circle K with my receipts and everything, and the manager basically told me, look, there's nothing I can do. We sent the money to Cash App. It's their problem.
Then what happened?
Well, then I contacted Cash App, and they searched, they looked, they said, we find no...
So Cash App saying they never got the money from Circle K.
Right.
So what happened? Did you get it back? It sounds like Circle K put the okey doke on you.
Deputy Marty Pence, Marty gave him a call, and all of a sudden the manager realized she could call the corporate office, and find things out.
And what happened?
So she did the very next day. Circle K corporate accounting lady gave her the $1,000 and said, "Yeah, we've been wondering where this will
Oh
go."
my God! So they blew you off.
It was a month for a month.
Oh my God!
Okay,
Marty kicked ass. Excellent, Tom.
Yep, absolutely. So you guys rock. I can't thank you guys enough. I mean, that was my bill money. I'm retired.
$1,000.
It was not. Yeah, $1,000.
You know what? And shame on Circle K for waiting a month to do the obvious, but I'm glad they finally came through. Tom, I appreciate it. Now, I got to say, I got to go to Paul here, the water guy. Paul, so here's the question. They bought a house, it's got a water system in it, and they have no idea what to do. I never thought about that. I don't think I've ever bought a house that's got a water system. They know nothing about it. They don't know when the filter should be changed. They know nothing. I mean, what do? Do you go out and do service calls or what?
Yeah, have them give us a call, and we'll go out for free, and we'll check it out.
Wait. You'll go out and check out anybody's water? It doesn't matter if your system or not.
Right.
Anybody's?
Anybody.
Like an old Culligan water system.
Culligan, yeah.
And you can work on any of them?
Any of them.
And a free service charge?
Free.
What's the number one thing that goes wrong? They don't change the filter? What?
Either they don't change the filter or they forget to add the water softening salt.
Oh, okay. So how about if they just simply are the first time they own it because they bought a new house, you'll teach them how to use it?
Absolutely right. We'll
for free?
For free.
Oh, my God. And then if they do want a system from you, how much? Give me a hell of a price.
Yeah. So we're normally $18.95 installed.
Yeah.
So
and that's a whole house system.
That's a whole house water softener.
Not point of use at your tap. This is everything that flows water in your house.
Right. And what we'll do is that folks that if they want a carbon filter, live on city water to fight the chlorine, we'll include a carbon filter for a water softener. It's a $400 value. And we'll do that for the rest of the month for, everybody listening to Tom's show.
How much?
$18.95.
$18.95, and you get the free
filter.
Excellent, man. Give your number out.
303-862-5554.
Give it out again.
303-862-5554.
One more time.
303-862-5554.
All right, guys. Listen, we have a lot going on. We're going to have some good updates tomorrow. Tanner's got a problem, a car broken down, something with issue with Grease Monkey. We're going to figure that out and a lot more. Don't forget, 303 Martino works on and off the air. Help at troubleshooter.com. That is the email to your salvation.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino. And stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. Michael Brown is next on Denver's Talk Station.